Hello, everybody.
All right.
We're back with
Hello.
a fifth episode of Red Rising. We're finally going to finish part 2 of the first book.
Took us long enough, huh?
We're gonna do it. We're
Yeah.
gonna do it.
But first, the word of the day is nuclear.
Sure, Rangi.
Pronounced nuclear.
I think the word of the day is chicken, actually.
No,
Actually,
no,
yeah.
we're not.
Yes,
we're
it
not.
is
We're not
definitely
degrading
chicken.
into whatever. Fuck.
Are we
that
sure
is.
it's got chlorine?
Anyway,
No, we don't have to mention it. I just want to make an inside joke.
Let's give
Well,
give
fine.
no context for it.
yes, that's what we're going to do. Fucking Jam has missed another session, and he'll probably miss several more. Little bastard. But
Becoming a secret character now.
yeah, we're literally getting
Well,
introduced to his favorite character in his favorite book series, and the fucker can't even show up. So much hate.
He escaped the cage. I couldn't stop him because I was busy.
You gotta lock him in the basement again.
Yeah,
Okay,
Rangi, you can't let him out.
Yeah, even when he's like, man, I'm starving. You can't let him out. Don't even open the door.
Yeah, that's what they do. You let your little slavelings get some fresh air, and they try to run away.
Filthy
rusters.
Filthy rusters.
Yeah, sorry about that. I forgot to lock the cage.
This is why we keep them underground. They can't handle the outside.
Gotta install that bunker, man.
Yeah. But what was I going to say? Oh, yes. Can someone check the audio?
I can.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea to do now to make sure I actually get you guys.
Probably.
Because I unfortunately did not get Dake's initial reaction to Wang Mang last stream. We had to recreate it in real time.
Are you going to ask the correct question now?
What?
Yeah, you asked if I can check it. I can.
Will you, asshole? I hate.
I did check.
Like that so much.
I just checked the audio. It sounds.
Yeah,
fine
I have.
to me.
All right. Well, hopefully we don't have any mishaps where it like cuts out like randomly 5 minutes in.
We already have mishaps. You just started and you started off with Wang Mang again. Come on, man. How am I supposed to take it seriously?
Wonder what Wang Mang thought about chicken.
Oh,
I still low-key refuse to believe this motherfucker exists. Like that list of names, like no.
Dude, Wang Mang was like the first like like one of the first dictators of China. He usurped the throne.
You keep saying that like it makes it any less funny and any more believable.
Yeah, he usurped the throne from Emperor Ping, who was the
entirely
heir to Emperor AI.
I'm entirely sure this is all true, and all you're doing is funnier with every single sentence.
And he married Empress Wang.
I have an important question.
You know, Falcon is now on my side. He's like, wait a second, this can't be real.
Do you think Wang Mang washed his chicken?
Dude, stop bringing that up. It's not funny. Oh my God.
It is really funny, but it won't make sense to anybody.
Dude, it's just pure retardation, and I'm not here for it.
You had to be there.
I thought you'd be down the clown.
No,
he is absolutely
no, I'm not down the clown. We haven't met Clown for another couple chapters yet. All right.
Speaking of chapters,
I was to say we actually do meet Clown in
Yeah,
this section that we're covering.
We do, yeah, we do. That's true.
I didn't realize upon rereading this, there's a couple characters I'm like, shit, they get introduced this early, and we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
And were you surprised?
Basically, every single one of
actually gave them the names.
Group is mentioned.
Yeah, dude, I forgot that. We'll get there when we get there, but I completely forgot the character who did it. I thought it was someone completely different.
Yep.
Oh,
really? I hear you.
But anyway, let's start with like I guess general overview of thoughts on chapters 15 through 19. Who wants to go first? I guess we can go Dake, Falcon, Rangi, me.
No,
it's like
not me. It's always me first. Somebody else can go first this time.
all right, fine. We'll go Rangi, Falcon, Dake, then me. Go Rangi.
all right. So a lot of this is just kind of the build up to the Institute, and I think it's a really well done build up.
Except for the last chapter, I would say it's like the first, like it starts for real.
Well, you also get your first meaning of like several major characters, like pretty early on.
people are introduced in this section of the book.
Yeah, well, like, I believe you meet Antonia, you meet
Sevro.
I was gonna say, yeah, you meet Sevro, Julius.
Cassius.
You don't even know his name. You don't even know Sevro's name for a lot of the.
And he called him Julius. It's
I'm
Julian.
trying to remember
goddammit.
if it was
Yeah,
this chapter
Julian.
where he meets Mustang, or if it was
That was we reviewed
chapter.
it last. We ended with him meeting Mustang.
No,
But
he
she's
meets
in this
Mustang
again.
first,
He already
but
Mustang.
he reappears.
We didn't
Yeah.
get her name. He has met Mustang.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait, I mean, you don't get her name.
You technically get Titus, you get Roke.
Yeah, he talks to all of them.
You get Titus, you get Roke, you get Cassius, you get Julian, you get Weed, Thistle,
Clown,
Clown, Pebble,
Screwface,
Screwface, and
Priam.
Mm-hmm.
And you get a reference to hang on, I'm having a moment.
I forgot about Priam, to be honest.
There's a reference.
It's pretty easy to forget.
Well, Priam's kind of just like he's more of an ideal than a character. He's supposed to represent the perfect gold, and for a fat lot, it got him.
Yeah. There's a lot of there's a decent bit of support, like archetypal supporting characters in Red Rising, at least the first book in particular.
Yeah. Like EO is just essentially just the martyr character. Priam is just like the perfect gold who falls to the own.
And Julian is Julian. Enough said for now.
We'll get to Priam and Julian later and what they represent as characters. But
don't say that about EO. Somewhere out there, Gail Simone's ears just pricked up and she heard the word fridging.
Yeah, I mean, look, EO is more an idea than a character. She's a great archetype of the
argue,
like what
I'd actually argue she probably has the most impact of anyone in the first book.
I would say she has the most impact of any character in the series. She's literally the catalyst for everything. She's the spark that ignites the rebellion and changes the universe irrevocably. But like I said, she's a martyr. Her only power is in death. Like her actions as a character don't really impact anyone beyond the protagonist. And even then, we only get to see a glimpse of her personality. She's in what, 2 chapters, 3?
Mm-hmm.
Give or take,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, she's like in 4 chapters, but she only really interacts in like 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know that I entirely agree with that, but I see where you're coming from.
I mean, look, for the amount of impact she has less characterization than Julian.
But yeah, I actually really like this section of chapters because there's a lot of subtle stuff that on a reread you get.
Sure, he does actually. You're right.
And yeah, we get like a lot of fun character introductions and stuff.
There's also a lot of like setup for things that if you're not paying attention the first time, you just won't have like.
Yeah, it would be something that you won't notice until reread.
I think,
and even some of the intrigue stuff that the characters pick up on later that you could have gotten.
Honestly, this was probably the section in the book that like part 2 of the first book was the part of the whole series I remembered the least. So like I really enjoyed rereading part 2 because there was just so many little moments I forgot. Because like part 2 is like the most subtle of all 4 parts. Like there's a lot of meaty stuff in it, but like compared to part 1, 3, and 4, all these big events happen. Like part 2 kind of slides under the radar.
It's like a slower. Yeah, more character-focused section.
So I think it's the most fun to reread, honestly, because it's the part I forgot the most. So it's like, oh yeah, that happened. Oh yeah, that happened.
And when you have the context for all the characters' arcs within the trilogy, it's like it's interesting.
There's a couple of lines in particular I really want to point out when we get to them because I'm like, oh, that's fun.
There's one I just thought of too that actually didn't occur to me until just now.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to go through all of Fitner's lines.
Yeah, that's gonna have to wait until we meet Sevro.
True.
There's a description of 2 characters that I want to kind of point out. That's like, I see what you did here, Pierce.
Well, perhaps we should start then.
Well, I guess. Does anyone else want to give any overall thoughts, or do you think that was kind of good enough?
I don't know. I think I kind of said my piece while we were just chatting. So that stuff I like.
All right,
I think it would be redundant.
All right, I'll tie it up real quick then. I think part 2 is a nice bridge between Darrow's life as a red and Darrow's life as a gold. Like part 3 is called gold and part 1's called slave, and this part's called reborn. Like each part really emphasizes who he is as a person, and part 4 will do the same. So I think I like the part names the best in this book out of any book, because I think each part name just really emphasizes the chapters you're going to read. He gets a little bit more abstract in future books, and I think he gets progressively more so. And so I think book 1, the part names are my favorite of all the series. So I just want to put that out there. But yeah, I guess we can dive right into it. So chapter 15 is called, let me find it real quick. Oh, no. The testing. It's literally just him taking the SAT essentially.
But in the like, the other, and it like that's kind of what he does action wise. But like you kind of see how he has to. I mean, it's right at the beginning, like the extrapolational thinking, where it's like, here's how Darrow think his way out of this situation and apply everything he's been learning about the world so far.
So this line is really funny.
I don't like that. I don't like that term.
What, extrapolational thinking?
Yeah, it's not. It's lateral thinking.
Dake just like hates any newer term.
No, look, I'm fine with a newer term if it makes more sense or is more accurately descriptive. But like, how is extrapolational more an intuitive descriptive term than lateral thinking? Lateral thinking is thinking, well, sideways.
Well, I think because I think
thinking.
I think they're like
it's thinking. It's literally just thinking. It's reasoning things out. It's a pointless phrase. It's redundant.
Well, I guess it's because it's like kind of like looking at things like an equation almost. Like I don't think people necessarily always think that way, or at least consciously think that way. Like,
oh, okay, no, I agree with you unconsciously, because here I was about to counter you with, okay, I throw ball at wall, ball bounces off wall. I don't have to think about where my hand has to be to catch the ball.
Well, that's not exactly. That's just
it is.
Reactions to stimuli. Like extrapolational thinking is like basically breaking down the problem
it's the same thing with a more grandiose term. That's all. And the thing is, they're not even describing extrapolation. They're describing lateral thinking.
Thoughts, Falcon and Rangi, on the term?
I don't know why I keep saying they.
I don't really have a preference for the
It does not bother me that much. I'll just say that.
Anyway,
well, it's just that it is lateral. Like it's thinking outside the box that they're talking about, and that's not what the term is describing.
Okay, but
dude,
this
there's another.
This is a line that's particularly interesting in the book that I found interesting because you learn later kind of why this is. I find it ironic that Dancer and his friends can create a fake history for me, a fake family, a fake life, but they cannot fake my admittance test. And then,
it is.
Well, it's funny. Line. We learn why they can't fake his admittance test and like the level of scrutiny in the next chapter.
To be fair, they're not supposed to be able to fake any of the stuff he did. Like there's gonna be, when there's a certain character and a much later payoff that learns how much of him was faked, they can't believe it because you're not supposed to do any of what they did in the first place.
I mean, it was just a miracle that it just all panned out the way it
Well,
does,
I mean, there's basically there's a certain couple things that kind of align to allow that to happen. I mean, it's basically they have way more resources than the Golds would ever expect, and then the Golds also don't think anyone could ever be that competent and well organized against them. They're kind of like the Empire, but like not retarded. Like they like actually have a reason to think they're on top of everything.
It's stagnation plus arrogance.
Also, by the way, I meant like the Disney-fied Empire, like outside of Andor, because like the Empire is competent in a lot of stories, just not in a lot of the most mainstream ones.
They're not going to stop saying the word Andor until they force me to watch it, chat, and then never.
It's a good show, dude. You could look a company that was in charge of a lot of bad things can make a good thing that happens.
I have staked my position on this very, very plainly many times. I have nothing more to add to it.
Fair enough.
Oh, do we not have this board here? We don't.
What are we missing?
I can't place. I can't the soundboard. I can't play Stay on Target anymore.
This is Rangi's fault.
You don't have. Can I
blame.
download it and upload it on? Stay on Target is on Oh, I can do it.
It's on the Halloween server. Yeah.
We're too close.
That's your responsibility now, Rangi.
Yeah, Rangi, for you have been granted it temporarily for the stream,
Unload sound.
which is crazy.
I guess next time we'll just do the voice call or whatever.
Yeah.
Give me a.
But yeah, this is basically Darrow's first example of like finding out that like what the fuck. Don't do that.
That wasn't
I
me.
was just checking. Like I have my soundboard. I don't know what you're talking about. Like it's
mine just I don't have the, I think you have there's other has it where you need permission, so I don't have the permission.
But
what you're saying is,
I'm uploading
what
it
you're saying
onto
is
the
I'm
soundboard
special.
now.
It might also be the whatever ranks. He might have Dake at a higher rank than you, Falcon. And
We have the same rank. I don't know why it's not here.
What you're
I
both
think
saying
I
is
think I've given
special.
Dake special perms outside of rank.
Oh,
That's it. All
yeah,
three.
You can't do that.
Yeah, baby.
Moderations.
You heard it here first, chat.
But I think
They all just called me special. Oh wait.
The first example of Darrow finding out that like basically what would normally be considered bad behavior is rewarded in this place is when he steals the girl's pen, and like the proctor or administrator or whatever their role is like kind of smiles at them, because proctor is a very different thing in this, but like the person overseeing the test like smiles when they look at the camera.
Well,
and see
proctor basically means examiner.
Yeah, but the proctors are like the heads of the houses within the institute. This is just like the person watching them take the test. The penny proctor is what they're called, actually. So I guess it's like a lesser proctor. They're a copper proctor.
Yeah. They're doing like the bureaucratic side of things.
Well, yeah, they're overseeing like the entrance exams. Once the actual institution people get in, the penny proctors pass them over to the golden proctors, who are actually like the big wigs.
I do find it funny. Darrow steals a chick's stylist.
Well, she was annoying everyone in the room. Like that's how his friendship of Cassius literally starts over that, which is so funny.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because it's also a case of like, you hear her reaction to it, and I'm almost like, look, kind of just saved your life.
Well, we'll get there. But
in a way, yeah.
But in a way, yes, he did.
In a way, she probably had it.
Like she probably would have died in the institute, and Darrow just because she was not able to
know what happened to her after that. Maybe she got fucking blown up later.
Oh
she's like a pixie. That's
yeah, but the pixies have the pixies have a rough time with each passing books. The pixies have a more and more of a rough time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked the line where he said, "I'm a helldiver like Lycos. Of course, I can steal a stupid girl's pen."
Yeah, it's like a basic dexterity test.
Yeah, dude, it was literally like fucking like roll 20. You have to clear a 2. Good luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a D&D reference, and I think Falcon is the only one who's gonna do it. This is like the rogue with the plus 15 that also has reliable talent.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Iron will somewhat get it because he's played Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, no, I get the gist of it. Yeah, I've played enough Baldur's Gate, and I played like
reliable talent. Yeah, the gist with the reliable talent, because it's kind of a higher level ability, is like rogues just can't roll lower than 10 on ability checks they're proficient in.
Yeah, I think I got a Astarion to have that.
Oh yeah, I guess you do get that in Baldur's Gate 3. But yeah, it is kind of nutty for stealth applications.
Oh yeah, it's funny. There's two
can't roll lower than a 25 or something.
There's two interpretations of it too. Some people treat it like, okay, yeah, that includes ones, and I'm like, no, you can still nat 1. You can still botch it.
I feel like nat 1 and nat 20 should always be their own thing.
True.
But yeah, I got a lot of fun visuals for you, Falcon, today. So keep an eye on this stream because I think you in particular are gonna appreciate some of them.
All right.
Oh shit! I got water in my book. See, this is why I pull out my my cheat book when I read this when we're reviewing it because
I hope it's not your hardcover one.
Yeah, dude, that's like $100 book. I ain't fucking like streaming with that in my hand. I'm gonna spill shit on it.
I just don't drink very often near my desk. Or I'm just careful about it. I don't know. I have a water bottle usually, so
I'm a klutz.
it doesn't typically spill.
Um.
Anyways, we get another. I think we get. I think
Cut.
this is our. I don't know if this is our next appearance of Mustang here. Like
No. We
the
get
golden
Antonia
razor blade of
first.
the girl.
No,
I
yeah,
think that's
it's
Antonia.
Antonia.
Mustang's not in this chapter.
You know
Yeah,
what I
no.
find
Oh yeah,
really
she's the next
ironic?
chapter.
Yeah.
What I find really
okay.
ironic is our first introduction to Antonia is her morally shaming Darrow.
Yeah, especially for cheating, which is funny because
because that's kind of what
later on,
her whole character will be. She's a
she
backstabbing
cut.
bitch.
She is a cutter herself.
She is a cutter,
yeah.
yes.
Well, I
Well,
think
Cassius
that,
says I think he's paying you a
great
compliment
because it just shows her two-faced nature. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah.
too.
Well, she's using the perception of being against it in order to possibly gain some manipulation points for others around.
True. Yeah.
She's like fun awful is how I describe her. Because there's some just like
Cassius has a pretty good description of her. She's pretty as a peach, but she's all rotten. So.
Well, yeah, well that's like her as like a character in universe, but I'm just talking about like she's like hateable but in a fun way.
True.
Because there's certain characters like
yeah, well, the catharsis with her in Morningstar is just like it's so good.
It is peak, but yeah, but like she was one of those characters I always like enjoyed when they popped up. Or there's other characters I'm like, no, not you.
But I don't know why her the stuff with later on. It reminds me of Scar in The Lion King. How he has stuff.
Honestly, it gives me that vibes too, because like
I
mean, literally she gets like she gets betrayed by essentially jackals instead of hyenas, so it's like pretty similar.
True, yeah.
Same vibe.
I like the way this is phrased too. With this section, it's right after she whispers "cutter" into his ear. The prose is Mateo told me not to speak to anyone because I'm not yet ready to socialize, so I barely bite back a very red reply.
It is funny that Darrow could have just outed himself right there.
Well, he wouldn't have outed himself, but he would have had like people sus on him immediately.
He would have definitely embarrassed himself.
Well, it's not even embarrassed. It's just that the people like every time like Darrow breaks his golden character, like people like give him weird looks. Yeah, like Darrow does that a couple times to lesser degrees, like throughout.
Yeah, but usually you can brush it off as like I'm from like the outskirts.
Yeah, you're overgeneralizing a bit there. Like the golds usually give him a bit of a weird look and go, "That was a bit of an odd reply, but I guess you're a hayseed, all right."
Well, that's my point, but it's relatively minor things. Like if you said bloody damn, that might raise more of a red flag.
There are a couple of characters.
A red flag, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
There are a couple of characters whose responses to his, let's say, gaffes that we never get told.
But my point is, if there's levels to it, right? Like there's certain things if he would do would raise a lot more suspicion than others.
And some that would raise more suspicion with some people than others, sure.
Yeah. But it's not. I'm not saying that he would have gave the game away if he said bloody damn, but that definitely would have raised more of an eyebrow than like some of his odd replies to questions.
Might have been a bad example there, bro.
Well, I used it as an example on purpose because it is a bigger red flag. It's a huge red flag. It has 2 payoffs in this book when that word is uttered by a seemingly gold character.
Yeah, you know what's really funny though? She's kind of phrasing. Part of me is wondering, like, Antonia's like pointing out like cutter, but then I'm also thinking like she's thinking, fuck, there's another cutter.
Yeah, there's a lot you can read into why she said it and what she actually thinks of it at this point. Oh, by the way, here's the character card, Falcon, for Antonia.
She would presumably think that way about everyone there.
Well, she just hates people in general.
And Cassius is Jam's favorite, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
actually,
very much.
Look, I like Cassius, but I think Jam overrates him just a bit. It looks past a couple of his flaws, to say the least.
Like
well, yeah, I was clowning on Cassius for like half the series, but I kind of get why.
He comes through very later, but like he's such a clown for most of the series. It's like, come on, Jam.
I mean, yeah, if you consider the OT,
I don't know if I would call him a clown.
You haven't gotten to some of his clownish moments yet.
Also, Antonia is basically exactly how I imagined her in that art, where she says big fucking hair. It's like ginormous.
She's always kind of reminded me of a certain character from a 40K series.
She's supposed to be like the most like
Doesn't look at all like Gregor Eisenhorn. What are you talking about?
No, it's from that 40K series that you haven't read yet.
That could be a lot of things, man.
She's supposed to represent gold beauty. Like she's like
There's
she's
a
like
certain Inquisitor in Cassius Game.
Oh right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say she kind of does represent a lot of like.
she's the epitome of what golds think beauty is, right? Obviously, Darrow thinks characters like EO and Mustang are more beautiful because they look more natural. But like Antonia is like all prosthetics and like she's basically what the Kardashians of golds would look like.
Yeah, she's superficial beauty with no substance behind it.
Exactly. Yes.
I also like.
Did you say epitome?
Blade. Did you say epitome?
Epitome.
It's epitome.
What epitome's a word, right?
Yeah, but it's pronounced epitome.
Oh. Oh
Well,
shit! Oh shit! Oh holy fuck! That's scary. my uncle who drew my picture, my avatar, sent me a picture of what my avatar looks like without sunglasses, and it's fucking intimidating.
Oh, post it. Put it in VC. Put it in VC.
Put it on the line.
I'll send it in.
Or you can even put it on screen.
Put it on screen. Show the chat.
This is it's an important lore drop for the channel.
All right, hold on. Give me a second.
That's funny. That's funny. You even drew the eyes. Although artists typically do that, where they'll draw something that might not necessarily be displayed just to make it accurate.
Dude, it's fucking creepy, is what it is. Like it looks great, but it looks fucking scary. Let's see. Give me a second. I'm pulling it up. Image.
In fairness, that's what Antonia is supposed to look like. I can fix her.
A lot of people tried.
Yeah, I'll try harder.
Nah, I'd win.
Nah.
She hasn't met me yet.
Such a Rangi answer.
Well, Dake, I think that depends on what color you would be in universe.
Dake gives me. Dake would either be a red or a silver. I feel like.
With silver, you're just typecasting him. Like, come on.
No, he's the personality of a silver, but like the skill sets.
More typecasting him with the red.
Yeah, no, Dake has the personality of a silver, but he has the background both like professionally and culturally of a red.
What's the white thing on screen right now?
It's the image is fucking gigantic, and I keep having to shrink it.
It's not loading on stream. It's just a white void.
No, I have to keep shrinking it. It's too big.
It is funny to see him keep stretching it though. It's just this one white square that keeps changing shape.
Ta-da!
I can't call. Maybe it's still a little behind, I guess.
Oh yeah, the delay. Oh wait, there was hair there.
I haven't. Almost on screen. Almost there.
Come on, Aaron, you can do it.
Come on. It's like a fucking. Oh my god!
Crazy eye right there.
That is, yeah. They were way smaller than I expected.
You have to keep that as a profile picture for like a late night version of something like Iron being serious. Like now we're getting down to business.
It should be like my argument, like
serious Samuel and Smiling Friends.
Oh, you've got to keep that.
I mean, you could literally use it like you could literally use it in your videos if you.
I am going to.
Yeah.
I have 4 versions of my my avatar now. 3.
Put it in your
Do you
put it in your future
do
tech
you
and
have
have
one
it
where
ready
you
to swap
do you have
out.
one where you cross your arms? Because I think that's like a necessary thing. For
I have
Fujitsu to
one
have.
that you see on screen. I have one where I kind of like rest my my monkey's like head up against his hand. That's what the YouTube PFP is. And then I have this one that he just sent me, and then I have the monkey business one that I use for all my podcast episodes with Rangi and Art.
You need one with the shades off and his hands just steepled in front of him. It's like, all right, my children, let's get down. And yes, I may have just done the pose, knowing that you can't see me.
All right,
Okay,
well,
where
there
were
you go.
we?
There you go, chat. You were here when it happened. My newest piece of Mandrill lore has dropped. So
Stay on target. We're too close.
True.
Stay
well,
on
I'm
target.
literally ending the tangent, asshole.
I believe we were at I could fix Antonia.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, true.
I don't think you. I know. I think she's gonna ruin.
Maybe
you.
if he had quit. Maybe if he had Silver's money.
Well, one in
Basically-
particular. There's one
Oh,
silver as
exactly.
rich as a gold.
But yeah. So we meet Antonia, and then we also do meet Cassius here because Cassius saw him do the grab.
All right, we're gonna do this. I'm going to
Sure.
read Jam's quote, and then we'll see if his actions in the next couple of chapters match up with that. I think that'll be a fun way to do this.
Then we'll take a 4-minute break to play the Cassius song.
If you want, I suppose.
What's the Cassius sound?
Oh, well, there is actually a. I think somebody shared it. There was actually like a musical album for the whole book.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
think
not-
it's fan made.
Mine was just a good song that curiously lines up.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I know someone made one. For
Rangi, have you
Reading
found
song,
empathy
just-
yet? That's so funny.
Turns 30.
I did actually just turn 30. Still can't find empathy.
It'll kick in eventually, according to some very totally relevant
Reliable
and
sources.
reliable sources. Yeah,
I didn't even know I'd lost it.
Okay,
I
ready?
won't mention their name because it's currently Noe in April. So that's the most I'm going to say about it.
All right, so this is what Jam described Cassius as. That's also, I guess I'll put him up on screen while I do the Jam voice.
You're gonna try a Jam impression?
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
You're going to try to jab a flop?
I'm
Yes.
so here for this.
Okay.
You guys have like polar opposite voices, so
I
this will
know,
be
this
interesting.
should be hard. All right, ready? So Cassius at this point in the story is a breath of fresh air in Darrow's life. He's unashamedly
hard.
proud and boisterous, one of the few goals that introduces themselves with a sincere smile on their face. There's a lot of insecurity behind that smile, but out of all the characters we've seen so far, he's the one with the most spirit. That's my
Why does
Jam
this
impression.
sound like a shipper justifying their ship?
Shut up.
I gotta be real. I gotta be real with you guys. I might need you to do that again in your normal voice because I was way too distracted.
Yeah, I
by
was
the-
too busy. I was too busy laughing. You know, you're gonna have to run it back, man.
Well, that was a pretty decent impression, right?
I'm sorry, not here, Jam, but that was very distracting.
I'll give it a.
So
I'll give it a
see
6
what
out of 10.
I see what jam means, but
All right,
part
here
of my
I'll
brain
I'll,
is
re- I'll
like,
reread
this
it.
Sounds like a fan fiction.
I'll reread it in
Ship
my voice.
justifying their ship.
Ready?
Wow.
Cassius at this point in the story is a breath.
Slander.
All right, right. Cassius at this point in the story is a breath of fresh air in Darrow's life. He's unashamedly proud and boisterous. One of the few goals that introduces themselves with a sincere smile on their face. There's a lot of insecurity behind that smile, but out of all the characters we've seen so far, he's the one with the most spirit. I don't know why I messed up saying sincere. I guess it's because I don't believe it about Cassius at this point.
I can kind of get what jam means and agree broadly, but like I said, just the phrasing of it does sound like a fan fiction ship.
I can see what he means with like. Here's like one of the first instances where Darrow like actually gets to know a gold and is like see what they're like beyond.
It was
like,
love
his
at first
impressions.
sight.
Oh my god.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
I'm lucky. I like if there is like Red Rising ship swap out there, I haven't encountered it yet. I'm like
Oh,
happy
they're
I haven't.
definitely-
oh, they're
wait.
definitely there. It's
I
a
can
it's
just-
a it's a pretty.
I'm saying there definitely.
Oh, it
is,
exists.
But
I-
I'm glad I
I-
just haven't seen it yet. That's my
I-
point.
Well, here
but
no. It also
I
hurts
could-
that literally like all the main characters outside of Darrow and Sevro are bisexual, so it's like it just shippers can just go crazy.
or they could take a long walk off a short pier.
Yo, true.
You know, I don't care if the shippers go crazy as long as they do it in their cut corner over there. I don't have to see it.
There's a non-zero
Just like on
chance.
these showers.
There's a non-zero chance that both Cassius and Roke developed romantic feelings for Darrow, which is very funny to think about.
Maybe I don't know.
No, look,
Let's
it's
just
just
end
it's just that the information we're provided and how certain characters describe their actions is like it's like shippers are just fucking like foaming at the mouth at some of the descriptions of these chapters in later books.
I have a new plan. We build a holiday resort just for shippers.
Like a summer camp.
And
you
we
know?
shipped
Like
them
a
to
summer
it.
camp. A little bit like a summer camp. Yeah, a little bit.
It's like a summer camp where you learn how to concentrate.
Exactly.
I was thinking more of summer camp where you learn how to high dive.
Also,
You're talking about Pinochet.
You're going the
It's like-
Islamic
like
route, I
shit.
see.
also going back to Jam's
No,
thing
I-
about finish
I
your
was
Talking
point
about
first.
Argentina.
I was thinking
helicopter
more into
rides.
volcano.
Oh, okay. So free helicopter rides, but with volcanoes involved. I see. Yeah.
More along the lines of you can walk the plank or we can shoot you off at your choice.
But going back to Jam's point about Cassius' sincere smile, I don't know if I completely agree with that. Maybe this is because of some like later information you're given in Iron Gold, but like Cassius
think it
was
is,
like low key depressed at this point in his life. So like I don't know how sincere the smiles were. They might have been just kind of like a coping mechanism.
I think Jam might have been drawing on a little bit of subconscious other knowledge with that blurb.
Maybe.
Because like I said, like I mean, you could glean that's his personality at this point from just the information we're provided. But Jam's read the whole series, so he should know that like that's not exactly what Cassius is feeling at this point in the story.
Even breath of fresh air at this point is a bit much, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Like they're chuckling at each other. That's it. Let's not overstate things. Calm down.
I mean, he might mean, I guess, in throughout all of this section where like they're like up to like the passage maybe because they
Yeah, that could make sense.
Decent friends by then. So
And yeah, they do get tighter. So yeah, maybe it just seems a bit much to say this early. That's all.
Look,
Yeah, I get that.
look, I think Cassius is a good character. I think Jam's just a tad biased. I think that's fair to say. It's like me if my Uncle Nero buys him, but it's better.
Yo,
'cause
true.
Uncle Nero's better.
Either of those
Yeah.
are remotely normal biases. You are both heavily biased.
Dude, Uncle Nero is my
Surprising-
goat.
Surprisingly, I was not able to find any from the brief search on fanfiction.net. I was not able to find.
Well, this
any
is-
Cassius.
This is a
We're
super
safe. We're
niche.
safe. We're so safe.
No, you know what?
series.
I was able to find though.
What?
Darrow and the
no.
Jackal.
Ew.
of course, I don't know why I didn't doubt that would exist. Fuck me. All right.
Oh, that's awful. I hate that. I hate that so much.
That's especially awful considering Morningstar, but that's all. That's
And Golden Sun. And this
Aaron,
book.
you-
Literally every
they're
fucking
not
book.
Like, come on, it's not a lesbian pairing, guys. It doesn't need like. Come on. Like, come on.
At least it was only one story. I didn't see any others directly tagged
Ugh.
for couples from.
Don't mention anything else about it.
Man, I don't think we need any more on that. Ryan, you just literally ruined my dinner. I hope you're happy.
That was the goal.
Oh.
Was it chicken?
Rangi, hit the
It
clip.
actually was chicken.
Okay.
We went over that already.
I'm
though.
making you play the bit on yourself.
You know,
Alright.
it's on the soundboard now for the server. You can play it.
I can't
Test it
personally
out.
because I don't have the permissions.
Oh yeah, right. You didn't give him
Oh,
permissions,
okay,
asshole.
well,
It just doesn't show up on my my controls. I don't have them.
Oh. Okay, wait. Let me. That's odd. I don't remember restricting that. Oh wait, I know. I
What?
think it was one of. I think it was when what's his name? broken headset kept spamming it, so I took it off of there.
I'm putting Uncle Nero back on the screen because he's not in these sections. It's just he just deserves to be on screen.
You and your narrow bias.
Dude,
right over
he's
here.
my fucking goat.
It is a pretty narrow bias.
Oh, very clever.
But yeah, Nero has stayed in my top 5, and I'm 5 books in, so I don't think he's ever leaving the top 5.
I mean, you like him a lot, so I would doubt it.
Look, it's
I don't know.
it's not about
my top 5 is still basically the same at the end of Morning Star.
Isn't your top 5 basically just the top 5 main characters?
No, I have somebody who's not.
Well, 4 of your 5 are.
Yeah.
Is Fincher one of your 5? Who's not?
Maybe. I haven't looked.
Because Fincher and Nero are the 2 in my top 5 who aren't main characters. Because Darrow, Mustang, and Sevro are all main characters.
But where are we on the actual?
Yeah, I don't even think Mustang was. I think she's in my 10, but on my 5.
I like her more with each book, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten as much of her in Iron Gold, but I've always liked her more than you, I guess I would say.
Yep, there we go. Okay, you should have the soundboard now.
You always liked her more than me?
You might have to discount.
Yeah, at least that's what I got. How we talked about it. But
really, I always thought I was like a pretty big Mustang stand.
Oh, okay. Well,
Stay on target. We're too close.
There we go.
On target.
Okay,
I took that
I
the
can.
wrong way around. I thought Iron was saying you like her more than me.
That's what I was saying. I thought I was a pretty big Mustang stand, so I thought it was a surprising comment from Falcon.
No. Dude.
Anyhow, let's go.
Yeah. So Cassius. Anyone? What do people have to say about Cassius's introduction outside of Jam's opinion of it?
I think.
Oh, you can go ahead, Rangi.
Well, he comes across as very much kind of almost. I would argue he's kind of the stereotype for not only just a gold, but like a high-born gold.
I think Priam's a better example of that, but yes, he very much.
Well, yeah, he's the stereotype, and then Priam is the extreme of that stereotype. But they were basically they're basically childhood friends anyway.
Yeah. Well, because they're children of 2 of the most important people on Mars.
Who's Prime related to again? I forgot.
His mom owns both the moons of Mars.
Oh, what family is it?
They get mentioned a few times. It's one of those ones where they're like super important.
Outside of
they're super important, like in universe, but like meta, they're not that important. Like they don't really impact the story, even though they're like.
It's like Roke's mom being like super important to things, but she's like appears. I don't even think she appears at all.
Yeah, she gets mentioned more.
She's mentioned a decent bit.
Yeah, because like Priam's parents are mentioned like twice throughout the entire series, even though they should be they should be in the plot more. Like they're like probably the 4th most powerful family on Mars.
But with this also, the other thing is there's some like very like clear traits that get like established early on with Cassius. Part of which is he is very much like if there's anyone who's classist in the book, it is Cassius.
No, I mean not really.
I mean, I feel like most
literally in this fucking chapter, he's like, we're not reformers, but we consider ourselves progressives.
Yeah.
Well, I think Rangi's right though. It's just in Cassius' case, it's
like a paternalist position. I feel. Like,
yeah, kind of.
That Cassius would take. More of like a oh we're like. We're good to literally we're good to our slaves, that position.
Yeah, it's exactly how he feels.
Darrow, he repeats. Well, that's quite the off-color name. Looks at his datapad, pulling up my personal history. Well, you come from no one at all, a far planet hayseed.
TLJ.
No wonder Antonia sneered your way. Well, listen, I'll forgive you for it if you tell me how you fared on the test. Like that is like his initial kind of reaction to being introduced to Darrow. It's very clear. It feels like it is what Falcon said. It's like that he's not like dismissive of the idea of class. In fact, clearly values his class highly.
Where's the quote
But
where
he's willing to mingle with lower status people.
Well,
But it is
I'm trying to
kind of a
find
lie.
that quote. Oh, here it is. It's literally like 2 sentences later. He says, "I'm trying to be kind here. We Bellanovas aren't reformers, but we know that good men can come from low origins. Work with me, mate."
Well, yeah,
So you
it
might
feels like
say
it's
he's the Elend of this series.
Yeah,
kind of, yeah.
not as much. I think Ellen believes in it a lot more. I think Cassius just kind of virtue signals, to lack of a better word.
Yeah. No, I agree with both of you there. He's the wannabe Ellen.
No, he doesn't want to be Ellen. It's just that's what his dad believes. So he's like, I guess I believe it too.
No,
Ellen's dad doesn't believe it, and he like actively has to fight it.
No, I think what Rangi might mean is that like Cassius at this point wants to think he is where Elend is when we meet him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like Cassius probably thinks he's a bit more egalitarian and noble in that sense, small n, not capital N for that one, than he actually is at this point.
But it's kind of funny that like you pointed out, because if you actually look at the 4 most powerful families on Mars, the only asshole family is the Augustuses, and even then, there's a couple good eggs there.
Well, 1.25 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really know how the oldest brother was. I mean, Mustang says he was like an upstanding person.
I wasn't counting him. I was counting like that small shadow of a decent person lurking deep inside.
I don't know, man. I mean, like Nero is like Nero's the Tywin of this series. He's a very interesting character with understandable motives, but like he's also a hypocrite and pretty much evil.
Well, Cassius is also massive fuckboy at this point.
Oh
in
yeah,
the story.
which Ellen is not ever portrayed to be.
Well, this is another quote. He's taught when he's out and basically inviting Darrow to essentially a brothel. He's like, "Plenty of peaches there, none of them rotten," which is a reference to the quote about Antonia.
The funniest thing is though, it's like he's probably right. Those whores probably are morally more upstanding than Antonia is.
Difficult.
Also,
I bar that.
Rangi, is your microphone a little low?
I haven't changed the settings at all.
Because like usually you're much louder than you are right now. Like you're actually like a little quiet.
Oh, let me.
He hasn't been drinking.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
If I do the volume thing, does that come up on stream? I don't think it does.
No, it seems to be fine on my end.
All right, maybe I don't know. Maybe just
it's probably Discordisming.
Yeah, I mean you're not quiet. It's just like
you can always crank up his user volume.
I say just don't fuck with it.
I turned up the audio capture a couple digits, so just it was just a tad quiet. But anyway, that's kind of his interactions with Antonia and Cassius. Kind of two ends of the gold spectrum there. With one greeting was very cold, one greeting was very warm. So he's kind of getting the whole social experience, both extremes in one go.
Well, the other thing though is there is a lot of tactical.
It's all conversational jousting. Essentially, is how golds speak to each other.
Yeah, the lingo and all that.
Yeah, and like everything is like a competition. Like there's like you're always trying to like either like kiss up to someone or put someone down, and like subtle words, and like that's why the Rim doesn't like the core, because they fucking hate those word games. Like just say what you mean.
You're just like, man, I just want to farm and like do slavery over here. Like,
the Rim are like the Chad. Like we're like, look, we treat our slaves fairly. They're still slaves, but we treat they're going to get like proper treatment. Like there's an order for a reason, but like we don't abuse that order. That's essentially how the Rim operates.
Pretty much. Noblesse oblige.
Yeah. I would say the Rim is not I would say the Rim is immoral but not evil. Is how I would describe them. Because like
I don't even know if I'd go as far as immoral. I would.
I
say
mean, they are slavers.
Well,
so-
they are a product of their environment. You know, like they
The iconic McDoreo quote. Yeah.
Well, no,
I didn't
even
even
at
mean
that,
it
they
as
are-
a Nick the Oreo quote.
Well, it's not even. It was just a stupid AI. No, it wasn't. What was it? Is either Anissa saying something or like?
Well, no,
Google
but
AI saying
what
something,
I
I
mean
forget.
is literally like they come from gold cult, like they are the
Yeah.
product of gold culture.
Yeah, but the
But
different
they
this is
are-
the difference is this is like they've read all of human history. They know how it all how it all should work and how it could work. They choose to believe this is the best way. It's not like it's because slavery was a thing throughout all of human history until it wasn't. They brought it back.
Yeah, but at least, yeah, they're just like, but we just kind of
We're doing it right this time. TM.
Yeah, this
Better luck
time
next
it'll be
time, I
different.
guess.
But that's
So
far
you're
ahead of the book
suggesting
from
that
what I've
goals
read.
are basically the natural evolution of woke?
I was gonna say either way, that's far from where I've read, but yeah, there's a lot of like verbal jousting in this conversation between Cassius and Darrow.
Yeah, honestly, with you at Rangi, I don't think it's a volume thing, but like a.
Yeah, like it's
your
not
mic
just me,
quality-
right? He sounds quieter.
I noticed it's like it's not quiet to me. It's more like his mic is degrading in quality. Like it sounds like he's.
So it
talking
sounds like
through
Art's
Hello?
mic.
Hello? Do I sound better
You
now?
sound better now.
Oh, now
yeah.
it's better.
Okay, the mic was turned slightly away.
Okay.
Maybe that was it.
Oh,
That probably
that's
was it.
it.
Dude, look,
Sounds bouncing out,
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck Art uses, but his mic is god awful.
Well, he has like an old ass computer, so probably it might be.
Dude, it sounds
the
like he has like
default computer
tinfoil
microphone.
over his like mouth whenever he speaks.
Yeah, he does. What about it?
Fair enough.
I kind of fuck with it though.
No, it's
Um,
iconic. It's just like well, sometimes I have to like make him repeat himself because I just don't understand a word he said.
I don't think I haven't experienced that, but fair enough.
Another thought we got from Darrow here is
Oh, also, I like this is the first example of a gold reacting to how strong his handshake is, which I'm bummed. That's only really a thing in this book. Like Pierce kind of drops that after this book to how strong his grip is. Like there's no more payoffs for that after book one.
I
I
think
don't-
we're about 3 or 4 sentences away from getting the reason for that being an issue in book one.
What?
True.
There's a particular character that we're supposed to realize later on. Think it through, because I'm trying not to say it.
Are you
in
talking
Reddit
about
for chat.
Titus?
Or we could just do that.
Well, no, but I'm saying, but like, yeah, I get what you're saying. But like, Darrow's hands being like abnormally strong is as an entire plot point is dropped after this book. There's no mention of his hands being stronger than the average gold after this book.
I got the impression he
Hmm.
did that on purpose.
It's true, actually, yeah.
No, it's not. It's just it should just be a thing that stays. Like there's a lot of instances in later books where him having stronger hands would come in handy, and I think he just kind of forgot that was the case because his
Yeah, I'm
hands.
sure it could have been kind of neat to still.
Maybe,
Because there's a couple
Well,
payoffs.
while you guys continue, I'm gonna step away real quick. I just have to
Because there's
address the
Falcon.
thought.
There's a couple payoffs in later books where I thought that was going to come in handy, and it just didn't happen. I'm like, oh, okay.
I mean, his dexterity at least is.
Oh
like,
no, that
consistent.
stays. It's just that like this fact that
Too.
like he can like crush a boulder with his hand. Like that's just how strong
Yeah,
his grip is.
It's something. It's like it would have been nice to have. I'm not necessarily like huge on.
Oh no, it's not.
It's
It's not like it ruins the series or anything. It's just like it was like a nice detail, and he's usually pretty good at keeping like character ticks and little traits like that like consistent. It was just one that it's noticeable because it's like he usually doesn't drop this type of stuff. So it was just kind of thought it was odd.
It might have been something he chose to drop because of leveling reasons.
I guess it would make because like he basically should win any fist fight ever because his hands are literally like
Not
breaking
just
him.
not just fist fight, but like he gets a hold of you and like end of. That's it. You're done.
Yeah, like he can crush a boulder in his hands. He can crush anything essentially.
Fair enough. Yeah. Darrow doesn't really choose kind of not to fight with that style though.
No, he has a much more elegant style, and there's a reason for that. But I'm just saying, like in a scrap fight, there's no character that should ever be able to beat him in a scrap fight because he's just.
Although I haven't encountered anything in the series or yet so far where it's like, oh, Darrow would lose at something he shouldn't.
Well, Darrow loses technology a lot through the series, and like that should be like a huge boost to his like in those scenarios where he loses access to technology, his hand should come in handy, and they just kind of don't.
Handy.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I said, it's not a huge issue. It's just, I think it's just a missed opportunity for minor payoffs and callbacks.
Fair enough.
Well, you never know, man. Wait long enough, and you might get a chance to ask him in chat on Critical Drinkers channel when he's getting an interview.
Oh wait, Pierce Brown's getting interviewed by Critical Drinker.
No, I was doing a bit, but I mean, would it surprise you at this point?
No, that's why I thought you were being genuine, because like he's gotten several authors and actors and directors.
Yeah, he got the Project Hail Mary guy.
Yeah,
recently. So Pierce Brown wouldn't be out of the question, I guess.
No, I mean, I think if Drinker asked him, he would come. Like Pierce Brown seems to be a pretty chill guy, and he also seems to toe the line politically. So I think he would be fine going on Drinker's stream. Like he doesn't seem to like really have any political objections to appearing on any like particular factions or viewed factions like channel.
You heard it here first, Will. Get him.
If Critical Drinker is watching this stream, that'd be funny. He's one of the 4 people. But no, it's funny. It is like Rags and Mauler and them. They say they'll occasionally just watch like a Glub Shido stream just for the fun of it. So you never know.
You never do.
You might get watched by somebody crazy someday.
I mean, there's people that we're friends with, like Ficus, who've had like interactions with a little platoon, so it's not completely out of the question.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Anyways, but I think it's time to push the. Well, actually, we're still killing time for Rangi, aren't we?
Yeah,
we're gonna be doing it for a while.
I guess we could just finish out this chapter while he's gone. There's not a ton of meat.
True, I'm sure he can like say his general thoughts on it later.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of Darrow.
Yeah.
Darrow declines going to the brothel with him because like he's not ready to socialize on that level yet. And Cassius thinks it's because he's poor, and he's like, "Oh, I'll pay for it."
For him, it's just EO was my love.
So, well, it's both of those things. One, he's not going to partake because EO was his one and only, and 2, like Mateo said, he's not ready for that level of socialization required to go to an event like that because there's going to be all kinds of crazy golds like interacting with him, and he's just not ready to. For all the because basically it's gonna be verbal jousting with a bunch of people on like fucking psychedelics and cocaine and all kinds of space drugs, and like he's not ready for that scene.
No,
but yeah,
I don't think Darrow at this point of the story.
Dude, he could run into the Wrath brothers there. Imagine that.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be funny.
I
still don't know anything about the Elder Wrath brothers. I'm looking forward to it though.
You met one of them. One of them's in the end of Morningstar.
Apple, my
boy.
I
don't remember.
He's the one who's there when they get to the
moon. At the very end, yeah, and he doesn't do much. But yeah. I've not met Apollonius yet.
No, he's the best one.
Oh, I
just know that people really like him.
I like
that's good.
Well, both
awesome.
two of the 3 are like fucking like top tier characters, and then the middle one's just a dud.
Tactus is great.
Just like Moira.
Apollonius is better.
I agree, but the middle one, Carnus, is that the middle one's name?
Carnus, yeah.
Yeah, Carnus is fucking lame.
I thought Carnus was like Cassius's cousin.
Do they have the same name?
Wait.
No.
Who's Cassius's older brother?
I thought it was Carnus.
They might just both. There just might be 2 Carnuses.
I'm opening Golden Sun.
No,
I don't think that's his name.
No, I think Falcon's right.
Then who's the middle Ali Wrath brother?
Notable golds. He should be here. Carnus is part of the Bolana family, so yeah, that's Cassius's brother.
And there's just not a. Is there any duplicate names in this series?
Not that I know of.
That's odd. For as many characters as there are, you'd think there'd be at least 2 characters with the same name.
Well, not really, man. A lot of people get names that are, vague references to classical works and character archetypes. I mean, once you're doing
and
There's a
stuff
lot
like
of material.
But I'm just saying
It's
that
also
you have enough
just
characters, you would think there
Also,
might just...
It's also,
Also,
just
Pierce
kind of
didn't go
bad
the-
form to give characters in the same novel the same name, because that's gonna make it confusing for the audience.
Yeah, but that trope is kind of gone the wayside because it's like authors are embracing like having more realistic worlds where there are just common names.
Okay, well, fuck that. That shit is retarded.
What? I find that fun. It's more immersive.
No, it makes it more confusing for me as a reader and more inconvenient.
Well, I'm
so
sorry
fuck
your
it.
tiny brain can't tell the difference between 2 different people named John.
hang on. You just said sorry to him for his tiny brain not being able to understand the world containing 2 people named John. And the root of your argument, the basis of your the foundation of your argument is what I was trying to say, is simpler names are better.
No, I said having characters having people have names that are popular in universe is like a neat thing.
I don't know, man. In a galaxy far, far away, I don't know if I need everyone to be named John.
Well, I just used John as an
I don't
example.
think
It could be
that was-
Carnus could be the John
Could
of
you
this
imagine
universe.
if you got like 7 different characters in Star Wars named Anakin?
I mean, there are already 2.
Which was the other? There's
There's a few characters named Ben, and that's not a problem.
Well,
2 of
that's
those.
mostly the fault of the sequels, man.
Wasn't there a Ben in the EU?
Yep, Luke's kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, but that makes sense because it's literally somebody naming a character after somebody else, after that person has died.
Luke and
That's-
Mara's kid.
I
was
think
named-
what Rangi's speaking to is just like like.
No,
sure,
I
it makes
understand what
sense,
he's
but
appealing to.
it
I just
refers with.
no,
just
like I
refers-
get that. It's like age old writing advice. I think it's like whatever. I mean, it's just like I don't think it's that confusing when 2 characters have the same name. You could just be like,
Well, it depends on the context, right? Because it depends on are these 2 characters going to be in scenes together, for example?
well, these 2 characters that we're talking about wouldn't be. It would just be like 2 like common goal. It would just be a common goal name. And there's 2 of them from different families.
You really want to avoid a scenario where you've got 3 characters named fucking John all talking to each other.
It's true.
Although
that's when
I
nicknames
was in-
become a thing. Which
When I was in high school,
I mean,
we just
Darrow
always
just
call-
uses
we
nicknames
all call
anyway.
each other by our last name because
Well-
usually your last name was original.
Well,
So.
and usually in books, if it does have like multiple characters with the same first name, they'll like have like it'll be like, okay, well, we've got Big John and we've got Little John.
I'm gonna say we literally use almost exclusively nicknames in this series anyway, so I don't think it would be an issue.
Right in between the 2 of them, unusually, Goldilocks John.
Anyway,
Well, I think at this point I have to push the.
yeah.
Stay on target. We're too close. Stay on target.
But yeah, so
I can't.
Darrow.
The soundboard. Does anyone hear
You
it?
can't. I heard it.
I can't even hear it.
Oh yeah,
Do
I
you have
heard
your
it.
soundboard
Yeah.
settings turned off? I don't know. You can mute it, so.
But yeah, then Darrow's like realizing he's probably gonna have to kiss up to Cassius in the future, or people like Cassius because they're the sons of important people, and he needs to have their favor if he's going to do the things he wants to do. And then he talks about how like apparently the sons the children of the powerful families have a bad habit of killing each other off. And then he says, "Baby pit vipers indeed." And then he
That
thought
was a great. The does he know? He doesn't know meme.
yeah. And then he thought he'd be more afraid of these little godlings, as he calls them, but he says other than Cassius and Antonia, none of the golds he's met so far have been impressive.
What what's particularly interesting about that? One of the major concerns that's obvious in Gold Society is the stagnation of them as a people, and like
It's the whole point the Institute exists.
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, a lot of Gold Society kind of pays lip service to that idea and doesn't actually try to change it.
Well, only the Peerless Guard really take it seriously. The rest of them are just pixies. Like the Peerless Guards are like the 1% of the golden population.
But
The other 99 just like fucking live in luxury and just like in decadence, and the 1% tries to keep all of society from turning into that. They literally gatekeep all the powerful positions away from the pixies.
Even then, though, you have the people like a certain character we meet in the second book. Actually, he gets a mention in this book, but way later.
Which character?
Let's just say Mustang's former tutor, who is now an advisor to Nero.
Pliny. He actually does appear in this book in person once.
He does, and I don't think he has names.
Pliny, yeah, he appears.
He's not named.
He just has he has a very particular look, so you can't miss him when he shows up again, being described the exact same way.
Yeah, him and who's Nero.
Hey, we theorized on who the other person was.
Well,
so we thought it was.
It's basally confirmed because in the timeline it would line up to.
What's his name?
It's a year before.
Starts with an L. Leto,
yeah. Pliny and Leto are like Nero's like left and right hand man, and it's like only a year before Darrow meets them again. So it's like it's reasonable to assume that that position would not have changed in a year, especially since Pliny's there and Pliny put him into that position. That's a minor spoiler, but I don't really care because Pierce doesn't really care about Leto. Leto could have been a very interesting character, just Pierce didn't give him like any time to develop or be impactful to the story. I don't even really know why Leto's in the story other than like to cause friction.
He's there
for
to
like
be. It's what you said. Yeah, he's there to be like a wrench.
Yeah, but like
things.
literally, Falcon lasts for like 2 chapters. It's like okay.
No, it's a little longer than that. It's just Leto's.
Well, no, but I mean, Leto's only in 2 chapters, and the it's kind of like a very existential threat that could have been caused for a number of reasons. I don't know. My point is, I feel like there's a lot of examples of Pierce has a really neat idea, and he just doesn't really expand upon it much in the series. Because like, look, there's some authors who definitely fucking they meander too long. Pierce has the opposite problem. He doesn't meander enough on any given point. I feel like reading through these chapters, it's like boom on to the next thing, boom on to the next thing, and it's a great pacing. But I think it's at the cost of some interesting things you could do with some of your ancillary characters, because he has all these really cool ancillary characters, and a lot of them don't get anything interesting to do outside of a moment or two.
I don't think that's what happens with Leto.
I mean, look, I'm not talking about his death. I'm talking about like up to that.
No, neither am I. Let's think it through. Okay, so Leto has to serve several roles in a very short amount of time. He has to be surrogate son for Nero. Mm-hmm. Means he has to be like among the most noble of golds as far as Darrow can see. Mm-hmm. Fine. Okay, now we get other archetypes. We get other people fulfilling that archetype later, but all right. He has to be something that Darrow can both envy and aspire to without hating.
Yeah.
Now, he also has to be an enforcer, but we never really get to see much of that. It's kind of more hinted at and talked about than... and he also has to basically be a placeholder for, well, Darrow.
Yeah, his story. My point is, he's completely.
But the problem is, there are like 4 or 5 other people who could almost fill that role throughout the series.
Yeah, and that's my point. It's like he's indistinguishable from a plug and place archetype.
That's what I'm saying. Is I don't think it was Pierce forgot about him. I think it was Pierce chose to hang on.
He just chose to not develop him.
I have too many people who fit this particular mold.
Yeah,
I can't use all of them.
Yeah, I feel he would definitely rub shoulders with Lauren as an example.
Yeah, but my point is that there's nothing. But I don't see your argument. So the reason Pierce couldn't develop him more as a character is what?
Not couldn't. It's just that there were other people that were going to develop along the same path, and the people who were already
Yeah, my point.
very close to
My
being
point
the
is you don't
same
have to
character.
you don't have to remove any of that other stuff. You can keep all that other stuff, and you still there's a handful of characters. Leto is one of them. There's going to be another character who's an Obsidian later. There's another
Out of-
example. There's
What I'm saying is, out of all of these characters, Leto is the least fleshed out. To me, it always felt like Pierce just kind of went, "Okay,
Yeah,
I can't do this."
that's my issue. He didn't need to be that thin. There was plenty of room to expand upon that. This book is not that long. Golden Sun is not that long. He could have added some like 20, 30 pages to just flesh out some of the auxiliary characters and make them feel more well-rounded.
Sure, but what would it have given to the story is what I'm saying.
It makes the world feel more lived in. Look, I really like the story, but most of the characters just feel like archetypes because they are. Outside the main characters, not a lot of them have more than a character trait or two because they're just not given the time to get that.
Well, they do live a highly stratified society, so you wouldn't expect much in the way of character development to begin with.
But I mean, even within that, but you do. There's tons of different types of golds, and you see how Cassius differs from Roke, and Roke differs from the Jackal, and the Jackal differs from Mustang. There's a lot of deviations within Golden Society. It's just that Pierce only chooses to give a handful of characters the page time, which is fine. It's just I would have personally liked to see a bit more of the side characters explored. I don't see why that's a problem.
It's not, but look, I'm struggling to understand where you're drawing the line here. You're saying you want to see more of the side characters explored. Like, but we do. We see like upwards of 20 side characters explored in great detail over the series. What are you fucking talking about?
Telemonuses and
look,
it's like,
but my point is that there's like just a little bit extra for a lot of these side characters. Like most of the Howlers, dude, they're little more than just names.
I do mostly agree. It's just you seem to be kind of focusing on Leto, and I don't.
No, he's just one example of many. Like, look, if Leto's, my point is not that specifically Leto. It's like it's a reoccurring problem. Like Darrow's family, right? Most of his family gets little to no characterization, even though they're his whole driving point. Like Nero and his mom are like his sister gets no character traits throughout the entire series. Why?
That's true.
It's his sister. Like she should be more than just sister. That's all she is. She has literally no definable character traits. She doesn't even. I don't think she gets a line of dialogue in the whole series.
Which sister were you referring to?
Darrow's.
Honestly, I kind of forgot Darrow as a sister.
Exactly, that's my point. That's my whole point. There's so many characters. Lauren is Nero's nephew, and like literally his other brother. He gets completely dropped after this book, as like mentioned. Like it was a very.
I don't mind Lauren getting dropped. He's not super. I don't know.
Okay, his sister gets dropped. His cousin gets dropped. Like how many characters?
Yeah, like I said, I would wish to see more of his family for sure, certainly.
But my point is that
I think the problem is it would be hard to like implement the family.
It's not hard. It's not literally not hard. You just have Darrow reflect upon them more and more meaningful ways sporadically throughout the series. Like whenever he does think of his family, it's very vague. I love my family. It's not like he doesn't really go into any specific memories or how those memories would relate to what he's currently facing, unless it's Nero. Nero gets a lot of that, which is cool, and why I really like Nero, because Darrow will tie his lessons he learned from Nero and his experiences with Nero and conversations with Nero to his present day problems. Like he does it with Nero, he can do it with his sister or his cousin. And he doesn't even start doing it with his mom until later. But my point is, there's a lot of like he could have fleshed out these characters. There's no reason he couldn't. He had the time. He just chose not to. And I think it's a shame.
I don't think you're allowed to criticize. 3 times in the last few minutes, you've referenced red characters from Mars being dropped, and you never once realized the joke you were making.
Anyway, my point is, it's not that it's not. Like it's a missed opportunity. It's not a flaw. I'm not holding it against the book. Like the series is very good. I just think literally just like because the books get longer, he can keep up, and they don't really lose the pacing even though they get longer. He can add more pages to just kind of fill in a little bit of these characters and make them a bit more fleshed out, fully realized. Because a lot of them are just archetypes, which is fine. I'm not saying that you have to have every character be more fleshed out. I just would have liked to see it personally because I like to see that in stories where like the side characters feel like I could really feel like they're like living parts of this world rather than an archetype meant to fulfill a certain role in the story and then die. I just don't see why that's like a huge like criticism. Anyway, that's my whole spiel.
It's not. It just felt like you were sticking on Leto. That's all.
No, I was just using him because he was just the. I guess that was what got misconstrued. I was just focusing on him.
Are we still talking about the same thing, by the way?
Yeah, I was just saying. There's a lot. I think Pierce is one of his bigger problems. Is he's too focused, which is not. That's a good flaw to have because most authors have the opposite problem where their stories are unfocused. Pierce is like fucking like on fucking ADHD medicine and like he's like fucking on Adderall and like the story is hyper focused to I think almost a detrimental degree.
Right, Falcon, do the button.
I'm done.
Oh fuck, my bad.
No, I didn't even mean for you. This is like it's the perfect. Like you're literally talking about Pierce staying on target.
Yeah.
Oh. True.
But
anyways, yeah.
And then
I think it's I don't know. I get why you might want.
Well, look, I think it's a compliment. I'm really drawn into this world. I want to see more of it. Like that's like I think that's the biggest praise. You didn't give me enough, Pierce. That's like I want more.
Well, it does make sense why Pierce has been slowly working on a billion side projects because it's clear he wants to develop the world more than he might have had the chance to originally.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
We're kind of getting to when he meets up with Mateo now, right?
Yeah, he's back. He basically he came back and like him and Mateo shoot the shit, and he's like, "Well, what happens next?" And he's like, "I imagine you take classes." And he's like, "How should I know?" And he's like, "There's no intel." He's like, "Nope." He's like, "No." He's like, "Well, some I suppose." He's like, three types of people graduate: the peerless scarred, the graduates, and the shamed. The peerless can ascend in society. The graduates can as well, but to a lesser degree because their prospects are relatively limited, and they must still earn their scars later. And then the shamed are sent to a distant hard colony like Pluto to oversee the first years of terraforming. And so he's basically just going over like there's the top like 10%.
I wonder if we'll ever learn about anyone who does terraforming.
Big balls, you got small balls, you got no balls.
Yeah. Well, it's basically you're above average, or below average. That's what those three things are.
Well, no. Wait. To be fair, I think that the shamed are still kind of average because you also have the pixies outside of that.
Well, no, but I'm talking about like the people who finished the institute, right? There's the peerless guard are the best of the best. The graduates who they're good enough to not die or end up shamed, and then there's the shamed who they didn't die, but they still like they lacked any qualities of merit. They just got lucky to not die.
And then there's the bronzies and the pixies who are both the golds who didn't go through the institute.
Well, no, bronzies. Bronzies and pixies. I hate how they always get conflated because bronzies is a social stigma. They can still get scars. Fincher has one, and Sevro's going to get one later. And pixies are just golds who choose not to.
We haven't met that guy yet.
Pixies are gold who choose not to actually apply themselves.
Exactly.
Like higher.
Because like you could have a bronze pixie, you could have a gold pixie, you could have a peerless gold, and you could have a peerless bronze. Like bronze is just basically they're just lesser genetic quality. It has nothing to do with their actual capabilities. Like Fincher is actually one of the most capable golds. He just has the non-privilege of being a bronzy, where it means
he is also kind of an asshole.
No, but regardless of that, he's one of the most capable golds there is, and he hasn't ascended in society just because he's a bronzy. And we'll delve into that more later.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to get to 16 now?
Yeah, we're on chapter 16. Dude, I really hope we don't have to split this again. It's looking like we might.
We might have to, man.
I'll be
already. Apparently, we're 78 minutes in already. So
and we did one chapter.
We did do a lot. Like we might be as long as we dilly dally less, we could probably get at least a couple chapters more.
Yeah, we'll at least get.
Make it to the end, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
We're only covering 4. I feel it's like the least amount.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Like for me personally, I'm good to just do like 2 chapters here, 3 chapters there. Like I'm in no rush.
Yeah,
We'll
like
just pick
I'm
up.
not like, oh, we gotta
Yeah.
we gotta really knock out these books and get all the way to
Yeah, because for me, I
we gotta
enjoy
get all the
rather
way
just
to Dark Age before
yeah.
Red God comes out. Oh my god, it doesn't matter.
For me, I more enjoy just like what like conversation will spin off for viewing the book, and then like obviously after a
Yeah.
while we need to rein in. But like for the most, I'm not like I'm not trying to like all right, let's make optimal time here because I don't think this is fun.
exactly.
I think half the fun is what crazy side conversations come in.
Yeah, like the just a lot of that. Like what was one combo we had here that was pretty like nuts but fun.
Which episode was that?
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I do remember one we were like hysterically laughing. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yeah. Shit. Oh well, I can't remember.
Yeah. Another. If I ever, because I rewatch these occasionally. If I ever come across it, I'll let you know.
Nice.
But yeah, the Institute. So Darrow's test results come back. He says my datapad has been slaved by another, which I think is just a funny way of saying like it's been hijacked. They say slaved instead of hijacked. And then
That's kind of telling.
yeah, well, it just kind of shows like how the Golds view this, just the world, like even basic terminology like that is through those lens. But it's the board of quality control, and Mateo like jumps up. He's like, "We have like maybe 4 minutes to get ready," and then like he shoos Harmony out the building, and then like he brings in like a bunch of glub shido pinks and browns to just stand there and look like servants, while him and Mateo like get greeted by the board of quality control.
When they're hired, they are servants.
Well, yeah, I mean, they literally just they're like these people aren't part of like the operation. They're just literally just glub shido browns and pinks that they hire.
They are there to make it as legit as possible.
Exactly.
I do like that Harmony's. I do like that Harmony's just kicked out. Like,
well, because she stands out like a sore thumb.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, oh, your face is like half burned off. What's up with that?
Also, having red servants is a bit queer. Actually, then again, Darrow's poor enough
it's
that
normal.
Darrow's poor enough that it makes sense.
It is actually possible he would. I mean, even Mustang had one.
Well, I mean, it's mostly
Cassius had one.
Well, yeah, but that's because the reason it's weird that Cassius had one is because usually only poor golds have red slaves. The richer, only progressive rich golds have red slaves. Like brown slaves are more expensive.
I think I remember why Mustang had one was because her mother had gotten. Essentially taken that red under their service.
I think so.
But yeah, because she was like the more progressive one out of the parents.
Which is so funny that she married Nero, like the least progressive gold ever.
He is the goldest gold that ever golded.
Pretty much,
John Gold.
Yeah. But well, he's
I know the like
he's Chad Gold. Sorry. John Gold would be Priam.
True, yeah.
But yeah.
Maximus.
But yeah, so I guess it would. I mean, if Harmony didn't look so fucked up, I guess it wouldn't be that out of character if she just like dyed her hair a little bit to look less like a Ruster. Because like Darrow is poor enough that like it would completely be like normal for him to have red slaves. Because like yeah, he's poor for gold. But yeah, and then the copper that comes in is what's his fucking name? Oh yeah, Bondulus Q Tancrest. The coppers have the best names. Bondulus.
They really do.
Pierce,
you just know how much Pierce hates them by how he names
I actually
the
forgot this guy existed for ages. I didn't realize that we got a copper this early in the season.
Well, you get Podginus.
Yeah, you get Podginus in part one.
First.
Yeah, I know, but like other than him, I had actually completely memory hold any other coppers. And I reread this and I was like, wait a minute.
We also met
exist.
We also met the Penny Proctor too. So this is the third copper we meet.
Good point. Well, I don't care. Look, man, I've been reading a hell of a lot lately. Okay, my brain is things are running together. You're lucky. You're really lucky. I'm just not making Deathstalker references all day right now.
You should. It would be funny.
But yeah, so Bondulus.
It is funny.
Bondulus.
Cantankerous.
It's just a funny name, Bondulus. Yes.
I don't know if this was what Pierce intended with the name Tankerous, but when you say like Cantankerous, it kind of sounds like Cantankerous, which is kind of funny. I feel like you're Cantankerous.
Well, I think that whole name's kind of like a meme. Like Bondulus is like they're bonded to like serve the golds, and then like you just said. Of Cantankerous, but yeah, they're of the Institute's Board of Quality Control. There are some questions we must beg of you, which I think is really funny that their control questions are the questions that Darrow lies on, so it completely fucks up their lie detector test. Because
but it's also not questions that anyone would like expect to be
lies. Yeah,
because it's like, well, obviously you're a gold.
It's like, yeah, it's like,
you're right in front of
basically, it's like, are you a part of this family? Are you a gold? Yes. Okay, those are our control questions. Now let's ask you the real questions when those are the ones like Darrow would actually be sweating through. And but that's what's so funny about the scenes. The questions that Darrow would be nervous about are the ones that like they think is like completely innocent, and then the ones that their people sus about are the ones Darrow is like completely innocent of. Like, yeah, he didn't cheat. Like they think he cheated.
Well,
but
he
didn't.
stole that one stylus, but other than
but they know he did that. But like they think he like cheated.
That wasn't
on the
even
test.
cheating. That was just putting everyone else out of here.
That was part of the test.
He got brownie points for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that's extra credit.
Yeah, like I told you, that's like the first example of like what you think would be like actually like frowned upon is actually like smiled upon in the Institute. Like down is up and left is right and all that kind of thing. So it's like certain activities that you would think like, oh, that's immoral. It's like actually that's exactly what they're looking for. They want to see you have it in you to like take charge and stuff like that. But they also don't want you to be a complete psycho. That's not what the Institute's there for either. Because there's they're trying to weed out the shaft of both ends.
Yeah, I wonder if a character who's a complete psycho comes up.
Who could ever have guessed that?
But yeah, they're like, did you
enough about Sevro.
Did you use nerve nucleic? No. Did you use a network widget? No. He's like, there was a jammer in the room, retard. Essentially what he tells him. He's like, stop wasting my time, Copper. He's like, did you
have
yeah. Did you have prior knowledge of the questions? No. And he's like, all right, this is him like pretending to be angry because he's like in gold mode. He's like, what is this about? I'm not accustomed to being called a liar by someone of your ilk.
No, by someone of your low color.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's pretending to be an offended gold, and he's having fun with it because he hates coppers, as he should. That's the funniest thing about Darrow as a gold. He really takes out his bias on grays and coppers throughout the series. Like he abuses his status as a gold.
There's a few good ones, TM, that...
well, it takes a while for him to warm up to any gray or copper.
Yeah. Well, and that's almost kind of the...
There's a payoff for that later, actually, that how much he hates the grays. There's a huge payoff for that. Falcon and Dake will know what I'm talking about.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, and then he's like, did you slave your widget to that of another individual during the test? He's like, no, as I said, there's a jammer. Thanks for keeping up, Pennyhead.
Yeah, he's basically like, how could I cheat? Do you have things in place to prevent that kind of cheating?
Yeah. And then he's like, it's just protocol. And he's like, you have your results in 2 weeks. And he's like, we received them in 4. So it's just kind of bureaucracy being slow and incompetent, as it should be, because bureaucracy sucks. And then
I know, I'm a part of bureaucracy.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah,
you pennyhead.
Mods do terrible things to him.
Yes, remove his balls. But he passes the quality control examination. And he did not cheat. So, oh yeah, that's funny. That's what he had to. He had to wait 2 weeks. They said you'll get your test results in 2 weeks. It takes a month to get the answers that he did not cheat, and then he has to wait another 2 months to get his fucking exam score.
That's just like that's probably the most realistic part of the whole book. Yeah, honestly,
it takes him 3 months to get his SATs back.
Because I'm dealing with some bureaucracy stuff right now in real life, and man, it's been kind of annoying to deal with.
Because pretty much any American can tell you
overthrowing their empire by force.
Pretty much any.
I mean, I have considered it. it's on the list.
Yeah, it's on the agenda.
It's on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ranky, considering where you live, it wouldn't take very much. Turn up with a sharp stick, and you're basically
No,
halfway there.
true. You're already king of the castle at that point.
King of the castle, king of the castle.
But yeah, look, no, you're
And
going
you're
way
already
too far.
big,
I
so
can
physically
I can
intimidating
wave around
more
a
than most
flip
you're
flop
taking, so.
angrily, and I can probably.
But
conquer
yeah, Rangi's just big mad. He lives on the West Coast. It's okay. But what was I gonna say?
Although I say that he'll try, he'll get met at the gates by the modern version of a fucking Macho Man.
But
oh god.
But yes, as I was saying, after his fucking SAT scores come back, he's like, bloody hell, I only missed one question.
Glory hell.
It's kind of funny. It's like he misses one question, and then he's like tenth in
gory
selection later on.
I only missed one gory down question.
I do like that realization though. It's like, oh, that's why they thought I cheated.
Yeah, because he literally missed
True.
like he got there was hundreds of questions, and he missed one about candles. Because he tells Cassius, like he was like semi joking with Cassius. So he's like, oh well, that one about the candles was pretty tricky. But like literally, that was the only question he got wrong. It was the fucking candles question, whatever that was.
It's funny.
I like to think that like Darrow just has like an unknown weakness to candles, and it never gets exploited. It's like one of those like weird like like things you can like I like it when like characters have like weird like things that like or like there's like a super powered character who's like allergic to bees or something. Like I love when there's like little quirks like that.
Right, yeah.
Darrow can't mog candle wax. Oh shit, I forgot to put up Cassius. Well, we had Jam up, which is close enough, I guess, but we should put up the Cassius card.
I'm not sure if I should be insulted on Cassius' behalf or not.
Jam will be offended for him.
All right, we'll cover Jam up with the Cassius card. There we go. What do you think of the art, Falcon?
Let me double check.
Why does every Jam profile picture look so very, very gay?
Well, that's the neat part.
That's funny because his PFP is of Cassius, but
Yeah.
you know.
No, I know, but like every single one he ever has is like, Jam, did you go out of your way to commission that to be a little gayer than normal? It's like, okay, no, hang on. Just Iron, just move that Cassius one over so we can see it side by side with
Okay,
Jam's
to be
for a
fair,
second,
the
and
Roose
we'll see
Bolton the Roose Bolton one he had for a little while was not gay at all. It just looked like Roose Bolton.
No, but it was gay by virtue of being Jam.
Fair.
Yes, see, Rangi gets it.
Also, now says Red Rising.
Red Rising.
Yum.
It's called Redneck Rising.
Redneck Rising, dude. That someone needs to make we need to bring spoof movies back. I love watching those, like in like middle school and early high school.
There it is. There's the direct contrast for anyone looking on stream now. Look at that. Jams is definitely fucking gayer. What the hell are you talking about?
Yes.
Just use your eyes. I don't have to say anything.
The emphasis on the curly blonde hair. Actually,
Also, Falcon, did you notice on the card that
I do like Jams better, but not for the reason one.
Well,
Rangi's all of a sudden like, where can I find a gacha game with this profile picture?
Yes, ironically.
But Falcon, know what's funny on the cards? They have like buffs and debuffs. I read a couple of them. Cassius is easily the funniest. He gets a buff if he's with Darrow and Mustang, and he gets a debuff if he's only with Darrow.
That's funny.
It's just such a fun way to tie in the narrative to like gameplay mechanics.
Yeah, that's always a neat thing about like tie-in card games is they can when they actually
utilize the
story
setting
into the actual gameplay.
Yeah, because like Antonia's was something about like removing characters from the board, and I'm like, yep, that makes sense. But yeah,
what was Sevro's?
But But yeah, so Darrow Andromedus is going to go to college, essentially. He's going to undergrad because he'll go to graduate school later.
Normal school.
Yeah, he's
normal college.
Just normal
That's
undergraduate college. He's just getting his bachelor's degree in
bachelor's degree in peerless scardom.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you think they're also? Do you think the Golds eventually had like an unemployment thing with like graduate students like we've been kind of having in America recently? Think that ever happened?
I mean, probably not because they can just.
I went to the institute for 1 year and I didn't get a job with right at the sovereign's right hand. What the hell is this shit?
Well, here's the funny thing, Falcon. They can just take away the jobs of anything they want. Like if they were like, no, I want to be a musician. They can just like kick a violet out of their position in a band and join the band themselves.
That's funny. I kind of wish there was an instance of that in World where it's like they just meet some gold rock star and it's like, what the fuck are you? And he's like, I don't know, I just wanted to do this. Like,
because that is the weird thing about gold. I guess it's just really like peer pressure.
Who used to be the singer.
Because like they could be like celebrities, but like all their celebrities are fucking like violets, which is so weird. That like you would think there'd be like more golden celebrities, but they're like a lesser cast is the ones with celebrities.
No, not really. I mean, golds consider like entertaining people to be below them. So
yeah, but the pixies go crazy for the violets, which is funny because like they're literally like idolizing a lesser caste, which is just a funny like little quirk about their society.
Mm-hmm.
Their society or every human society?
Well, I think Pierce is making a bit of a meta joke that essentially the minstrels of society are beneath us. That's kind of how they were throughout most of human history until the current era TM.
Yes. And look how things are. We've got Katy Perry, astronaut TM.
Hey, we're correcting that. We sent real astronauts to space recently, so there we go.
We did that long before that.
Vapid 20 plus years, man.
Dude, no. The last time we went to the moon was the fucking 60s.
I just meant space in general. Although that was kind of an exaggeration. I don't know the last time NASA did anything. But
I mean, the last time NASA did something this extensive with people was literally the moon
what
landing.
do you mean? I was on the moon the other day. What do you mean?
What are you saying, Falcon?
Huh?
Oh, I thought you said something.
I didn't think. No, I didn't think I said anything.
Oh. Well, I was ignoring Rangi's lame joke because I thought you said something, but no.
Oh.
And well, the sexual connotation of the joke didn't come through, unfortunately.
Oh, well, do better.
Maybe you did. You chose to ignore it.
I just make a habit of ignoring Rangi when he speaks, so it's completely possible. But Dancer gives Darrow a knife ring, which does come plot relevance later, and it's kind
of Chekhov's gun in that sense.
Oh yeah, it's Chekhov's knife ring, but yeah, he reshaped it to look like an L, and they're gonna think it's like the Spartan L that stands for Lacedaemonia, because like the Spartans are like the second most glazed society after the Romans for the Golds. The Golds like hate the Greeks except for the Spartans. They're like you're the cool Greeks.
Yeah, you're the Chads.
Yeah, in fairness, no lie detected though.
The Greeks are pretty cool.
Well, they don't like the Athenians.
Cool. The rest of the Greeks are pretty fucking lame.
Yeah, I mean the Spartans were the outlier group. All the rest
we can sit around all day and argue about fucking philosophy or who outruns a tortoise. Or we can go conquer everything in sight. Spartans took one look at the fucking dudes and togas and went, all right, war it is then.
Yeah, because the Athenians...
we know what side we're on.
Yeah, because the Athenians built a trade empire, and then like as soon as a real army came knocking, they fucking crumbled. But yes, let's get back on the target.
Also, you can never glaze Rome enough. Like,
yes,
I'm sorry, guys.
It's just
like, remember that
it's just the
you
best
actually have to be
society,
realistic about
TM.
this. Like it's insane how successful and advanced they actually were.
Yeah, they were like 2,000 years ahead of their time, or something, or not.
Okay, this gives me an excuse to bring up the whole men just think about the Roman Empire every day meme.
Like
I
3 or 4 times a
unironically
day
do
for me,
though,
at least.
Falcon. Like,
yeah, I know, I do too. I'm like, it's statistical. There's like people think about it.
It's rare a day goes by where I don't at least ponder what
I think
being the Roman
I think
Empire would be like.
more men think of the Roman Empire off the rip than they don't, honestly.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, my iPad
I
died,
forgot to
so
lend it.
I'm about to just
No,
I'm just gonna have to assume
I'll go to
stream's
London
going
Pass.
well. But yeah. So yeah, but no, it's actually L for Lycos and L for Lambda, because he's a Lambda of Lycos. He could have been named Laro, but that would have been too many L's.
Laro. He already takes enough L's over
Yeah.
the series anyway.
Not as much as Cassius though. Cassius is the king of taking
True.
L's.
Which is why I was hitting him hard when I was reading the books the first time. I'm like, come on, Jam, this is your goat? Like, come on.
Look, he comes through later, but like in the OT trilogy, he's kind of like just a clown character.
I think he's good. Like, I agree with what I think Dake said before. I don't think he's a complete clown, but like,
Well, no, it's
he
just
definitely like, let's just say he gets into the position he's in.
like, dude, like
because of-
literally,
yeah.
like it's such a perceived slight that was like completely not in Darrow's control. Anyway,
Oh yeah, I would say like he does. I sympathize with him, and I get why he did it. But yeah, he definitely lets that control him a lot.
Dude, it lets him
happens
control.
later.
Look, it's like it's his EO moment, but at the same time, like it's like the context was so fucking different. Come on, guy. Like you're smart, you can figure it out. But yeah, he just lets emotions control him for 3 straight books. It's just very funny. But
Maybe he's a Sith.
yes, he very much is like Anakin Skywalkering. He's like
All over the place. Yeah.
he's like, I hate them.
I slaughtered them like
not just the
animals.
low reds, but the high reds and the obsidians too.
The coppers too.
Oh, I said obsidians, but yes, coppers do deserve to be hated. But yeah, and then he wants to take his flower with him, and then he's like, no. He's like, your wedding. I'm shocked they let him take the wedding band. Like that's such a red flag. It's like it's literally fucking made of hair. It's made of red hair, and they let him take it. I just thought it was weird. But he says the wedding band in your hand is queer enough. The flower's too much. And then he asks for a petal, and he's like, I thought you asked for that. So he gives him a necklace with the sigil of Drominus on it, and he's like, it is iron. He drops it in his hand. He's like, whisper her name, and whenever you whisper EO, it unfolds, and you can like look at the little hemethys bud in there. And he's like, this is your heart, guarded with iron. But like, don't you think that the wedding band is like really weird that they let him take that? Like, they're so like concerned with him getting found out, but they let him take like a like low red wedding band with him. Like that just seems to be weird.
I don't know. I think like most people might not even know what it is. It probably would just look like trash to them.
Yeah, no, it's not. I'm
yeah,
not saying they would know it was a low red wedding band. I'm just surprised that like he already stands out enough as it is. Like you're like it's just one more thing that like makes him stand out more.
Yeah.
Like he has a weird name. He has weird mannerisms. He has a weird tics. He has a weird ring on his finger. I don't know. I just think it's just kind of like one extra thing. They're like, all right.
Does he wear it for all of this book?
I mean, he wears it.
He
He wears it in the passage. So up to that point, he wears it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I said, it's not a huge
Yes.
problem. I just think it's odd. They're so concerned about him like getting found out, but they let him keep like something that's very, very peculiar. Because like it's like a prominent piece of jewelry. People will ask about it. And now he's got to like come up with a cover story for it every time and have it stay consistent.
Well, but the cover story is really natural because it's already the emblem of the house that he's supposed to.
No. That's something else.
Well, he's talking about, the
ring.
Yeah, he'll be wearing 3 rings
of EO's hair.
Yeah. He has 3 rings after chapter 19. He has the Wolf Academy ring. He has the sling ring, a knife ring, sling ring. He has the knife ring with the L on it, and then he has a red wedding band. So he has 3 rings, and one of them is not like the other 2.
Well, no, didn't they?
Yeah, it turns
take
into a
everything
knife.
from him?
No, he literally he describes wearing the wedding band
The wedding brand.
in the passage when he's butt
Boy,
naked.
you
They
see
let him
that,
keep
man?
the wedding band.
Well, they probably didn't know what it was.
Yeah, but my point is that it's just odd that that dancer lets him take it with him, and Mateo. I'm not saying that they should know what it is. I just said I think it's odd
I
that they're
think
not more
that's a
precautious.
case of picking your battles.
Yeah, it is.
They are probably
Yeah,
not going to
true.
be able to. It's same thing as when he insists
I
on
don't
his
know.
own name.
I don't think Mateo would have let that one slide.
Yeah, I think it's a bit. I think this
That's
is a
true.
bit bigger deal than a name.
I could see Dancer maybe choosing not to fight that fight and hoping someone else would, but I think Mateo would absolutely call him on that.
Yeah, 'cause
In fact, probably hoping Mateo would.
Mateo does
Probably.
call him out on it, but he lets him keep it, which is just like I don't know about that.
Yeah, no.
Well,
ring
to
might
be
a little-
fair, what's Mateo gonna do?
Well, he doesn't let him keep the flower, so he has some power.
Yeah, he gives him an alternative solution for the flower.
Well, why don't you just put the wedding band inside the pendant then?
That would work.
Yeah.
I always thought it was with there, and I guess I just fabricated that.
No, he just wears the wedding band throughout the entire book. It's just
Yeah.
To be fair,
I would say that's probably
hang
a
on.
quibble I have with the book. That's very minor.
No, hang
but
on.
fair.
Falcon might be onto something there. I think I vaguely remember something about that too.
It might
Does he
happen
maybe-
later on.
Does he maybe
I
add the
guess.
ring into it later?
maybe,
He
but
might.
as of starting
Yeah, the
Institute,
idea of Mateo just saying like, "Oh, it'll be weird that you have it, but I'm just gonna let it slide."
yeah, because look, like he already has it recorded. Like he's wearing the wedding ring in the passage, which is the first recorded part of the Institute.
Oh,
Because they don't
gee.
start recording until the rings are in play, and the ring is in the room. The rings are the recording devices.
Yeah, true. Oh yeah, because he does replace it with that. Maybe he does. He puts it in the Pegasus. But yeah, like it's just definitely like, yeah, it's kind of nitpicky. But yeah,
It's very nitpicky, but it's just like I just think it's odd that like Pierce acknowledges that it's weird enough that he probably shouldn't take it, but like just lets him take it anyway.
Yeah, and then with how paranoid.
Well, because look, I just think it's
the Aries are.
I think it's just death by like 1,000 paper cuts with how much Darrow stands out. He has a weird name. He has weird mannerisms. He has weird tics. He brings a red headband. He brings a red wedding band. Like it's just like, you know what I mean?
Cool.
He brings his headband too, and he has that in the room with him too when he in the passage.
Yeah. Well. We kind of get the point. It's a little weird, and yeah.
No. It's just a people sus.
And it's like, yeah, and it's like when Darrow chooses to have a off-color name, and all that stuff adds together.
I like the name part because that part I feel is the most important.
It's good that he keeps his name.
Yeah.
It shows him retaining his identity.
Yeah, I'm on board the name part. I just think
like,
everything
when
after
you add
that is just a
in
little
with
too much.
everything else, it's yeah, like, I agree.
Anyway, we can move on. I just think it's just odd that like Pierce understands it's an issue, but just like, I want him to have it, so he has it. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, so then he closes the pendant, and he's like, I will, thank you, Mateo. He's like, if I live more than a week, I'll have you to thank, my good man. And then he hugs him, picks him up, and then puts him down and blushes. He's like, manage your temper, he reminds me, his small voice darkening. Manners, then burn their bloody damn house to the ground. Mateo's great. Oh, wait, I think I have the quote of him saying that. Yeah, here. I'll pull it up now. I like this image of Mateo.
Mm-hmm.
Mateo's very Rangi coded.
Yes, I love
What do you mean by that? I'm kidding.
Well, he's one of your favorite characters, Rangi, right?
I think
so far I really like him. I wish he'd had more.
I know Jam really likes him too.
No, he's great, but unfortunately, book 1 is the most relevant he'll ever be.
Yeah. Manners, and burn their bloody damn house to the ground.
It's just a great quote. But yeah, so
No,
Daryl.
I can say it more flamboyantly.
Yes, you have a flamboyant voice.
Manners, then burn their bloody damn house to the ground.
Yeah, that's probably about how he says it. But yeah, so he leaves, and then you get some rare pondering of back home and some mentions of some characters that we're gonna get few and far. They get few and far between the further we get away from part one of how often they're mentioned, which is natural to a degree. I think it's a bit queer and odd that like for how much of a family man he is, he doesn't think about most of his family too often. But yeah, he's like he wonders who the next Helldiver Lando will be. He's like, Lauren's too young, Barlow's too old. He's like, Kieran, he's like, nah, he's too much of a pussy. That's essentially what that is. He's like, he's too responsible. He has a wife and children. Yuck. No, he actually respects Kieran for that. And then he's like, oh my God, look, it's a Leanna mention. He's like,
True.
See, this threw me for a loop when I reread it. He's talking about how Leanna's got enough fire in her belly. And like women aren't allowed to date, but there's not a single example of Leanna showing that fire. Like,
Well, she just isn't relevant again. Yeah.
But even in the first part, all she does is stitch up his wound one time.
I mean,
she doesn't have a line.
I'm fine with her not being as prominent in book one if she was maybe more relevant later. Or
but she never does. But, maybe she does in Lightbringer, but it's like I mean. At this point,
it's like 6 books in.
Yeah, like literally in the first 5 books, she's mentioned like 5 times, and none of it's like of anything meaningful other than just like, oh, she exists and is alive. Great. Kieran gets a little bit more in the sequel books, but like it's even then it's more of just like he's Darrow's brother. Like it's kind of like what they focus on, just a contrast rather than him being his own man, which again makes sense. That's Darrow casts a pretty big shadow, but Kieran's fun for the little you get of him. But yes, what are you gonna say?
I like him.
Yeah, he's like I said. I wish we got like again. My only complaint about these books is I wish we got more of some of these really fun side characters. Like Kieran's fucking awesome, and he's just not in the books enough. Oh well. Oh yeah, he's like it's probably Eo's brother Dane, which is I think the only time that name is ever mentioned. Like I don't think before or after Dane ever gets mentioned again. But shout out to Dane. Wild but not bright, the typical Helldiver. Dane mentioned, yes. He'll die fast. That makes me nauseous. And I think he does fucking die. I don't know. I don't think he ever gets mentioned again, so we can just assume he dies. So
I always wonder if it's meant to be an Irish reference or a Tolkien reference.
I think it's Nordic Nordic reference, right? That the Danes are from that area, right?
Well, Dain is an Irish hero from way back.
That makes more sense. I was just thinking of like the Danes that moved to Ireland.
Well, we just mostly call them Vikings.
I don't know. Dane's a cool name. I like that name for an ethnic group. Like it's like one of the cooler ones in my opinion.
Yeah. Although I'll never not think of. Dude, I think Dane's in The Hobbit. I think.
As someone who shares half of his DNA with the bloody Vikings, trust me, Vikings is killer.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. I just like that name. It's just fun reading like a lot of old literature and just the constant references to the Danes. Because most of the literature we read are like through like English POVs, and like the Danes are just like this like edgy group that just constantly fucks with them. It's great. Part
of my brain always translates it as Great Danes, and I just kind of picture these giant dogs.
That's funny. But yeah, he gets nervous at the thought of people he loves dying, to the tragedy that is Low Red's life, especially one of a Helldiver. But then, not just that, he's just nervous in general because he's just like, this is real now. He's left the safety of his friends, both old and new, and now he's going into the lion's den. Well, he'll go into he's going to a metaphorical lion's den. He'll go into a literal and metaphorical lion's den later. Yes. There's some other boys on this train, I guess is what you would call it, shuttle. So it's like one of those like is it? I guess it's like a floating train, right? That's what we're led to believe, or is it like a high speed monorail?
If I was recording this and I had to edit it, I would absolutely put train. No.
Train to Busan.
Crazy Train. I put Crazy Train behind it.
Yeah, but then we get copyright struck. But yes.
No, it's use the Guitar Hero version. You'll be all right.
But all right, we can get rid of the Mateo Manners thing now, as fun as it is, because I want to show you.
Wait, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah.
I actually don't like that art. I think the pink in the hair is like kind of overdone. I never pictured it being that vivid.
But here's what an artist depicts the shuttle ride as. I mean, the art itself is fine, but it's cool that like even little moments in the series get fan art, which is fun. Because like more popular series like Lord of the Rings and The Song of Ice and Fire, like every fucking scene in those books has their own fan art dedicated to them. Whereas like this series, like whenever I find fan art of like little scenes, it's like, oh, that's really cool, because I didn't think there would be, but you always get surprised. That's also, is that Sevro in the corner? I think it is. Because that's obviously Cassius on the left and Julian on the right and a Glub Shido in the background, but I think that's supposed to be Sevro in the bottom right corner, right?
I think so.
What are we looking at?
I don't know. I assume Sevro would have been more unkempt when I imagined.
Well, I just think that's just how the artist drew Sevro. We're looking at a picture of them on the shuttle.
I would have thought
unless he's the guy in the far back. I don't know.
Oh, okay. No, that's why I don't see it. Yeah,
I would have thought that'd be Darrow on the left.
Yeah, I said Darrow is on the left and Julian's on the right.
Yeah, that's probably Darrow on the left.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, well,
he's talking about the guy on the right in the corner.
Glub Shido from each other are probably Darrow and
What do you
Julian.
say?
Glub Shido could be Priam.
Well, Priam's not on the shuttle.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Priam would have been with Cassius already there.
Yeah. Julian just shooting the shit with Darrow, and the only other relevant character,
I guess it could be Sevro in the bottom right because his nose. But,
well, yeah, and because there's only 3 relevant characters in this scene, so it would be weird if
out of 6 people, that are on the tram.
Yeah,
the thing is, we're all looking at people with relatively normal hair and going, none of these can be Sevro.
I know it's like I don't think even when he didn't have the mohawk, I would say he'd probably just look very unkempt and have like shaggy hair.
I think it's just the artist's interpretation of Sevro, which
I guess so.
It's just like, all right. I mean, he got Julian and Darrow down pretty well.
The expression gives me Sevro vibes.
Well, yeah, it's clearly Sevro from a framing perspective, but like from how we would imagine him to look, it's like a very
character design perspective.
Yeah, the character design perspective, he looks very kempt.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I like how he got Julian's curls in. Like that's
he kind of looks like he's the Zoomer cut.
He does. I was thinking the same thing. He looks like it's the Gen Z curl cut, which is I fucking hate that haircut so much.
I know. Like when half the kids in my class had it in high school, and it was miserable.
Dude, I'm so glad I graduated before that caught on, because that's
you're lucky.
Because it happened right after I graduated. I'm like, oh, that would have been fucking awful.
I got one for all of you, and it's worse. It's worse than that. Now, I don't know if it's a thing where all of you are, but it's very much a thing where I am. For some reason, the slightly older dudes, like the out of high school, kind of early college age, they've now all adopted this new look, and it's 70s porn stash with shorts.
Oh wow. No, not the Noah Samson.
More like Tom Selleck, but they don't realize how stupid they look.
Do you have any pictures?
Well, no. Why in the name of God would I go around taking pictures of younger men with that face? Ugh.
No, I just mean like, I don't know, on the internet there's pictures. I don't know.
Imagine a porn star trying to grow a Tom Selleck mustache and only getting about halfway there and then just leaning into it.
That sounds horrible.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
I just got invited to just got invited to a Dark Hour stream. That's cool. So I guess I'll be
nice.
doing that in the near
Wait,
future.
do you win the bet, or is that only if you get on EFAP?
I think it's only if I get on EFAP, but that is
Okay.
that is funny. There might be someone from EFAP.
You're
there.
like you're quarter of the way there.
Yeah, because he gets like those guests sometimes, so that'll be interesting.
Yeah, he's a regular on EFAP now.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna happen in the near future. That's cool.
I think Dark Hour was there for the Utterly Noah stream. I think.
Oh, I think he was. Yeah, he was. I'm almost positive.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I hope you get stuck with Geeks and Gamers, Jeremy.
Oh, nah, I don't have a problem with any of those people, but I do watch them some more than others.
Stream.
Yeah,
let's continue.
yeah. No, that's right.
Before I click the stay on target button, props to Jeremy with Geeks and Gamers. He knows that Jeremy with the quartering is kind of a bitch. So. Now the stream's gonna get taken down.
Let's not talk about that. But the quartering is a massive fucking bitch.
Anyway, this is the closest you'll ever get to drama content on my channel because I am.
True, we're not Burger.
I'm not. Yes, we're not Burger.
We are not, in fact, a sandwich.
So now we're with one of my favorite scenes in this book, which is the scene on the shuttle. I mean, there's a lot of really good scenes in this book. This one's just like it's one of my more like probably out there picks. I just like Sevro's introduction as a character a lot.
Yeah. So this starts with he walks up to him and he's like Julian, and he takes him by his forearm, and then they show each other. Oh, they don't have their data pads, so they can't show each other their stuff like Cassius and Darrow did earlier.
I like the idea of just Gold's like autistically like going over people's docs information.
Yeah, well, because they basically normally when they greet each other, they grab each other by their forearms and like share data information, but like they're both a little awkward right now because they don't have it. And then so then they sit across from each other, and then they go. He tells him his name's Darrow, I guess like off page, because then he goes Darrow, a very interesting name. Like there's no mention of him saying that. It's just you just can infer he told him that. He's like, have you ever been to Aegea or Aegea, however you pronounce that? And Aegea, and then he's like, of course. He smiles, and Darrow notes he always smiles, even though he's known him for 30 seconds. But yeah, and then he's like, what do you mean you haven't? He's like, it's strange. I thought I knew so many golds, but hardly any of them managed to get past the entrance exams. He's like, I wonder why. You probably hung out with all the middling chaff sort. It's a brave new world of faces, I fear. Anyway, I envy you the fact you haven't been to Aegea. It's a strange place. Beautiful, no doubt, but life there is fast. And cheap, so they say. Aw, little foreshadowing, ain't it? But not for us!
Does he know?
Does he know?
I don't think so.
And then he says, I suppose not. Not unless you play at politics. I don't much like playing, Darrow says. And then Julian's like, what? And Darrow's like, not unless there's a wager, man. You hear? Like, Darrow's like, wait, shit, that was way too serious.
Darrow's I'm not playing here. I'm trying to start a rebellion.
Yeah, and then he winks at him to like diffuse the tension. He's like, oh, I hear. What's your game? Blood chest? Grab cross? I don't know why I said it like that.
Your dog mentioned.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, blood chest is all right, but Fox War takes the prize.
What happened to your copy of Red Rising, Rangi? You looks fucked up.
Multiple trips to the bar.
I see. Fair enough.
Also, literally travel. Remember, I finished the whole book.
Yeah, you did do all that
on that trip. So. Yeah, so it was that, it's been travel, it's been...
Also, Dake, I think we're gonna, wrap up after this chapter.
Okay, I think that's fair.
And then we'll do 17 through 19 next time.
Yeah. I think this might be the least amount we've gotten through, but
yeah, 2 chapters.
I've been enjoying the talks.
Yeah, like I said, for me, it's the journey, not the destination. Like I enjoy because I rather go into each chapter more in depth.
I want to milk Golden Sun for as long as possible.
Yeah, Golden Sun's a weird
Bro,
one because like
I need to finish the Golden Sun because I'm close.
Golden Sun's the
Please
weirdest
do.
one.
I would want to talk to you about it.
Because I told Falcon this a few times. It is my favorite ending to any of the books in the series, but it's my least favorite start. So it's like it starts off pretty cold for me. I was kind of a little bored, and then it gets like red hot, and it's like holy fuck, that was great.
That's interesting because I actually kind of like the start.
I mean,
I was in the same position where I'm like, I really dig the beginning.
I don't know. Maybe Falcon. It might be because I accidentally read the sample chapter that like literally like spoils everything that happens in the first 9 chapters. So it's like okay.
Yeah.
So
you've kind of gone over how we're not a fan of how Pierce does those.
Yeah, like that was such a weird like his sample chapter was the fucking like the gala like on the roof. I'm like, why would you pick that as your sample chapter? That gives away so much. He literally actually had to edit stuff out of the sample chapter because it gave away too much stuff. And even with the edited stuff, it still gave away too much.
Did he like cut out Leto? What happens to Leto and stuff? Or?
He cuts out what happens with the reveal with about him and Io.
Oh yeah.
Because
that would be a crazy thing to put in a sample chapter, like that's midway through like the beginning section of the book. That's wow. But yeah, Pierce definitely got better at
Yeah, because he spoils it the first book the most. Then he kind of spoils the second book a little too much, and then I think after that, maybe it's because I just stopped reading them, but I didn't really notice it as much.
Well, I read the whole Iron Gold excerpt, and it's literally just here's the first like 9 or so chapters or something like that.
Oh yeah, the Iron Gold excerpt is crazy because
I rather it be that way because it's like it doesn't spoil anything because it's in order.
It's just the whole beginning, and if you want to read the rest, you can just go buy the book and read on from there. Which is what I.
Yeah, that's
which is incredibly bold. That it shows a lot of confidence. I actually.
Well, I mean, he was already well made by that point. He already had a successful trilogy, and he was just doing something new. And then he in the box set he added the teaser to get people hooked on the new series. Which it's a smart business move.
I think it's a good decision. The fourth book, it's not like a complete. It's like there's still more story.
Yeah, because like you get the complete trilogy because it is its own self-contained story, and he almost didn't write more. He was like the third book's ending was supposed to be the ending. He's like, well,
stay on target. We're too close.
Yeah, I'll finish up. He's like, there's more story to tell, and there was.
Anything else in the chapter?
Well, I mean, we're ending on this chapter, so we can take a little bit more time.
Okay. Yeah. No. Where were we? By the way,
they joke about their what like basically sports team they support. He's like he's a Norristown fan, and he's like, oh, Norristown. I don't know if we'll get along. He's like, I'm a Yorkton fan. Because
I love bits like this when they show off.
It's Pierce British because this is very like British sports club.
No, Pierce is British, or Pierce is American.
I was like, no, yeah, he's British, but I don't know. Fuck, you just mixed me up. Like, he's American, but
Pierce
is a very
he writes like a Brit, like
well-read.
It sounds the exact same as college football fan to me.
No, but like the names.
But this specific like interaction, it did. Maybe it's just me. It came across very like British sports club to me, rather than like college, football or even like. NFL football. It came across as like very of like, oh, you're a Manchester United fan. Well, I'm this other team fan.
I guess I could see a Britishness in it.
Yeah, it's more of a British approach to sports than an American approach, if you know what I mean.
Well, happily, I have my own almost unique Irish approach to sports, which is I just do my best to avoid them and hope that they avoid me.
Oh, that's a lot like my American approach to sports.
I think it's very fair. Unfortunately, sports disagree. I do my best to stay away, and they still hunt me down.
Yeah, they like to do that.
It happens when something is a pervasive part of culture.
I like sports, but I'm not like a fanatic. Like,
yeah, we know you're gay.
I like watching a game every once in a while.
It's just look. I do think it is cringe the whole you watch sports ball thing. Like, sports are fun. Like, it's just like I get they're not everyone's cup of tea. I just think it's like oddly cringe to dunk on sports because like sports fans don't dunk on like movies like the way like movie fans dunk on sports.
No. What do you mean?
I mean, people dunk on you for not watching.
I was gonna say, sports fans dunk on like anime or tabletop fans. No,
maybe you guys maybe back in the day, but like I hung out with like pretty much exclusively jocks throughout like high school and college, and like they all had those interests too. Just like things are different now.
I just like to call sports fans gay because you like to watch.
Rangi got bullied in high school because he was a weeb, and he takes it out on sports fans.
You like to watch men chase around balls.
Yeah. Sports are fun. Anyway, playoff hockey's actually on right now. Playoff hockey's fun too.
I've actually been to a few hockey games.
Hockey's probably one of the most fun sports to just watch in terms
hockey
of
isn't sports ball.
They're all fun.
Yeah, they have a puck. It's a puck, not a ball. You're right.
Hockey is just one of those ones that I feel like people can get into more because like, there's just a chance at any given point it can just break out into a fist fight, which is always exciting.
Also, many of us grew up watching the Mighty Ducks movies, which doesn't hurt.
Yeah, but with hockey, I think Boone hockey is like it's a small stadium, and so you just get to watch like all the action unfolding at once. And also, it's so easy to follow.
Hockey's like one of the only sports where like the fans are just as likely to get in a fist fight as like the fucking
and
there's
just a fun culture in hockey.
Do you ever see that video Falcon of the guy who was booing like a hockey player? He kept booing him, and then the glass broke and he fell into the thing, and the hockey player beat the shit out of him.
I actually have seen that video.
It's a very. That was a big flip back in the day.
Yeah, deserved, to be honest.
Yeah. He was talking shit. He's like, well, you're mine now, bitch.
Well, he's talking shit. He's leaning against the glass and then he falls in and it's like, oh shit.
You're in the Lions Den now. But yeah, so Darrow picks Yorkton because they're like they're basically like the Cleveland Browns of Fox War, and he likes them because they're underdogs like he is.
I figured
you can't say the Cubs now because they actually won a World Series a few years ago. So it's like
stop with the sports.
Well, we're talking about sports.
I'd say the reason I think.
Hang on. It's not Fox War. It's Foe. War.
Whatever.
True, but I think Darrow likes Yorkton because like it just happened to be a team in the area, and so he just wanted to get engrossed in.
Well, he says later it's because they're underdogs because.
Well, I think he's like I think his original motivation is just I got to know what this team is like because I live here, and then he got into it. And he kind of
I don't think any of that matters. I just think it's part of the legend he was given.
Well, yeah. Well, like I mean, like it's both. It's one that it's like it's just something he needed to do, get into it, just so he had like something to socialize with, and that's like one of the best topics to do so. But I think he specifically picked them, and I don't think he was lying when he said he picked them because they're underdogs.
I like the idea he got like he. Had a liking to them because he related to
because like he later he says out loud that's his reasoning for supporting them, but I don't see why that would be a lie because thematically that's on point.
If it just happened to be a coincidence, it's a hell of a coincidence that he chose the like underdog team that never win. Basically,
but Rangi, it's more than that. He explains that his reasoning for picking them was that they're underdogs, so he would have to be lying that the reason he picked them was that they're underdogs, which I don't think that's a lie.
Well, yeah, that can be like a in the moment like thing is.
No, he would have rehearsed this.
Wait, hold on, Iron. You don't get what I'm saying, but I do agree with you. It feels like it's almost too specific to him to like be a lie.
Yeah, and I also don't think there's anything that much to it. He had to pick a team. He just picked the one that was the worst because he's at the bottom, just like they are. I don't think he thought that deeply about it. It's just that like if he were to pick one, that's the one he would pick because he can relate to them to a degree.
I don't think there's any chance that he would be allowed pick at random. I think this would be something that would be talked about and considered in his story.
Well, then maybe they thought I don't know. I don't see why you would not be allowed to pick because like it's not even the local team. I don't think the local team is Nortown.
This is basic spycraft, and what Darrow is doing is something way beyond like normal
Stay on
Earth
target. We're too
spycraft.
close.
So,
Stay on
like,
target.
yeah, no, it's totally normal.
I don't know. I'll agree to disagree. I think I agree with the principle what you're saying, but I think this
Dude,
particular
things right down to the level of his favorite song,
think-
his favorite color.
yeah, but you have to remember they don't do a good job
They
of
would
that.
all-
So much of the stuff about Darrow is not keeping within that spycraft thing. He's wearing a fucking red wedding band. He has a red name. He has a red
No,
flower.
I know. I'm not being
think
that
we're getting
guy.
too
But what was it you said
weird
only a
about
couple of minutes ago? Sports was one of the easiest and biggest things to just bond over. There's
Yeah.
no way it wouldn't be considered.
Well, it'd be easier to bond over if he picked a popular team.
Like
Well, sure, but I mean, if you can still do. My point is that the subject of sports would have to have come up in their
Yeah.
creation.
But I'm just saying, if they wanted him,
Target.
if they
We're too
wanted him
close.
to
Stay
bond
on
more, they
target.
would have picked a popular team because sports. I mean, most sports fans will be chill,
really,
but like some sports fans take their rivalries pretty seriously, and there's probably some golds in this institute who would take those rivalries seriously because the golds get
Sure.
offended over petty shit. So if he
But
picks an
there's also-
unpopular
there's
team,
also nothing more inoffensive than a perennial underdog who never beats anybody.
I guess that's fair.
It's the
Yeah, no,
safest you could possibly have. Like no one's like they'll pity you, they'll laugh at you, they'll mock you, they'll sometimes even get on with you, but they're never gonna go.
Yeah, that's
Well,
a fair point.
that actually is
Like-
a fair point.
I can believe it's a
let's
mixture
just-
of both.
We've
where-
definitely gotten
where-
like. Sorry,
I
I
can
just
believe
gotten
it's a
too deep in the
mixture
weeds
of
on this.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah, we definitely did, but I can believe either
I'm
way.
sorry, I actually have to bounce. I have a fairly early
Okay.
meeting.
See you, Dake.
I'm pushing it a bit. As
See you later.
it has been a pleasure, always fun, and chat. Enjoy the many tangents that we always go on.
Yeah,
True.
that's what's the name of the game, right?
Professionals.
But yeah,
I'll see
thanks
y'all
for
then.
joining, Dake. See you. Bye.
Anytime, brother. Anytime.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's get back to their convo because we're about to get another character introduction.
Yeah, but he's basically like he wants to hate Julian, but like he can't really find it in himself. to
True. Yeah.
fully
This is
hate
like
him.
another instance of
'Cause,
like
like-
they're just going like, man, why am I like, why are these people like people? You
Oh
know?
shit!
Like,
I wish I would have showed this while Dake was on, but there's a really funny fan art of Julian. I'm gonna show you now.
no.
Mhm.
Also, yeah. Well,
Just wait.
can you keep the other fan art? Can you keep that other fan art?
No,
on
I'll put it
screen?
back
Someone
on. I
complained
just
about
want to show you this really
Um,
funny fan art. Just let me know when you can see it.
it.
Did you see it?
It hasn't. Well, there's a delay, so I have to wait for it to kick in. And I have the stream muted, so I don't actually know where. Okay, you're. Oh my gosh! Wow,
Is that hilarious?
he's just like he's mogging. Man. He's so chiseled.
That's just not how I picture Julian.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
He's kind
thought,
of described as like. I thought he's like he's like the weak one. You know.
yeah, because I
He's
thought it was
he's not-
Cassius at first, but no,
Yeah,
like
yeah, you know.
the depiction said Julian.
And that
like,
feels more like Cassius
Yeah.
with like than Julian. I mean, the curls are kind of accurate, I suppose.
well,
but-
they both have the curls. but
Date
yeah.
comments so gay.
Yes, it is. It's a very homosexual picture. It looks like what's his name? That gay singer.
David Butt.
No, he's like, "Wake me up before you go. Don't
Oh,
leave me
George.
hanging."
George
Michaels.
something. George Michael.
Yeah, he looks like George Michael in this picture.
I don't quite see, it, but
George Michael had that like vibe to him. He was like gay chiseled. If that makes sense.
yeah, but
why
he didn't have,
do we
this-
have
he didn't have
why
this
do we have
gaunt face? Okay, like he was like.
why
he
do we
had a
have
softer
handsome
face.
Squidward Cassius on screen?
No, it wasn't Cassius.
That's
it was Julian.
I can't see Julian like looking like that. It's like I don't know.
Yeah, you know, I guess I get it.
Well, anyways, bring up the other picture so I can critique it.
I put it back.
All right, nice. But yeah, I want to critique it now, but I want to do it when we actually introduce the relevant character instead of tangenting off it. Again.
Then he's like, my brother already arrived at the institute. He was already an AG at our family's estate, causing trouble, no doubt. And he shakes his head profoundly. Best man I know. He'll be the primus, just you watch. Our father's pride and joy. And that's saying something with how many family members I have. And then Darrow noticed there's not a flicker of jealousy in his voice, just love. And then he goes, Primus? And he's like, instant to talk. It means leader of the house. And the houses, and Darrow's like, I know these. There's 12 loosely based on underlying personality traits, each is named for one of the gods of the Roman pantheon. The schoolhouses are networking tools and social clubs outside of school. Do well, and they will find you a powerful family to serve. Their families are the true powers in the society. They have their own armies and fleets and contribute to the sovereign's forces. Oh shit, I'm just tired. I just started reading that out loud.
Yeah, you are just reading the book.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine.
But no, I will finish this part. Loyalty begins with them. There's little love for the denizens of one's own planet, which is weird that he says that, because later he says, Darrow puts that people's loyalty to their house, their loyalty to their planet is over their house. Like literally, like the next chapter, Pierce contradicts this. So I just thought that was kind of an odd misslip.
Maybe it could maybe be a thing where it's like different opinions.
No, they're both Darrow's opinion, and it switches in one chapter.
That's what I think. I'm saying I'm trying to steel man the argument.
No, look, I like Pierce a lot. He just messes stuff up sometimes. It could have been completely possible he meant to put it the other way around in the next chapter, because like he'll include dead characters in scenes when they're not supposed to be there. He'll like put people in portraits.
Which book does that happen in?
Iron Gold. One of the dead Howlers shows up in a battle, and it's just like,
I remember that.
It's just like, because he just forgot he was dead or something.
The Howlers are almost always like mentioned together, so it was probably an accident.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so it was just one of those things that, like, man, your editor kind of is shit, because like any editor worth his salt would have caught a dead character in a chapter. So
I have to wonder if that's not maybe the publisher kind of provides him an editor or something like that.
I'm just saying, between the author and the editor, you thought someone would have caught that.
This one's like more forgivable. It's just 1-2 random lines, but
this one I'm not surprised they didn't catch. Like, it's like you have to, like, if we weren't breaking it down in this much depth, I never would have noticed it.
Never noticed.
Yeah, I missed it, and I think Falcon, did you miss it too?
Which thing?
The thing specifically that Iron is talking about, the fact that it's set up differently from one chapter to the other with the house planet.
Also,
thing.
does someone have like one of those like?
Yeah, I didn't notice that line. No, not at all.
Don't worry about that. No, that's a thing on my desk. I can't stop it.
I hear like ballerinas dancing. Like,
I never noticed that. What Iron said, the little love line, at all on my first or second read through. So
yeah, because it just stuck out to me this time, because I remember the line, like it goes color, family, planet, house, in that order. But like literally the chapter before, he contradicts that. So I'm like, well, that's odd. So I don't know. Maybe it makes sense if it's explained better how those two seemingly contradictory views are held by Darrow. And but
it's possible there's like a Doylean or Doylist explanation for how he could have those seemingly,
like, it probably makes sense to Pierce when he was writing it. I just don't think he realized that, like, that's very confusing to like any reader who catches that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like the easiest one would be like, like Pierce. Or not Pierce. Well, Darrow, like, he has this one perspective, and then he sees stuff that makes him maybe perhaps think the opposite.
But
later.
Like a couple hours, like that, those lines are hours apart, like in time. Like he's on the train to the institute, and then when he.
I mean, I've had the impression about something, and then an hour goes by, and then I realize I was wrong.
Sure, so, but this is like his view of like society as a whole and how it's structured. I feel like that's not something you change your opinion on in an hour.
Well, yeah. Anyways, now after they have their little talk and Darrow breaks things down, what happens next?
Oh yeah, and then he's like, "You sobs done beating each other off yet?" And an impish kid sneers from the corner of the shuttle. He's so drab, he is khaki instead of gold, which I love that description.
And I love that, and like that's why this fan art kind of irks me, is because he still looks about as gold as the other characters. Like,
yeah, because
I've imagined him, and I've seen like a very common depiction of Sevro where he has like beige sandy hair. Like he's not like a pure gold look. He's like that kind of dull blonde color hair.
Yeah, his lips are thin and his face like a cruel hawk, just as it spies a mouse, a bronzy.
My goat, my favorite character. He's here.
Sevro's great. Sevro's top 5 for me. But yeah, I think I had him at 5 if I remember correctly. But Sevro is awesome. He says, "Are we bothering you?" And Darrow says it with like a mix of like sarcasm and politeness. And he's like, "Does 2 dogs humping bother me? Likely yes if they're noisy." And then Julian goes, "Apologize, Kurt."
You just see how Severo doesn't give a shit about anything Golds do. I'm quite annoyed by their shenanigans.
He says, "Go slag yourself." And then in half a second, Julian has drawn a white glove from nowhere, which I think is funny. He just conjures a white glove to like challenge him. He's like, "Where the fuck did that come from?" That's like a little like kind of like cartoonish shit that would like I feel like it's such a cartoonish act that like it kind of justifies like
it kind of has this golden elegance to it.
Yeah.
He just has it on him. He can
I just like that like
and
Darrow is just like slightly bamboozled about where the fuck was he keeping that.
Yeah. True.
And then Sevro goes, "That to wipe my ass with, you golden pricklick." And Julian's like,
just highlight this whole scene. It's so good.
He's just scoffing at him. He's like, "Oh, you little heathen. Who raised you?" He's like, "Wolves after your mother's cooch spat me out." He's like, "You beast." Then he throws his glove at him.
And it's just Darrow would be like, if he wasn't having to keep himself composed, he's like, he just would be laughing his ass off.
Yeah, he's like, this is something you'd see right out of Lycos. He's like, Severo would probably be a beta. Also, this is, I think, another little slip up. He said he's like an ugly, tiny, irritable Lauren. He would be much taller than Lauren.
But Darrow's like fucking. He's super tall now. I think
he said Severo is like a tiny Lauren when he's describing him. Severo would be a lot taller than Lauren. Lauren is a red child. Severo.
I'm saying Darrow's like Darrow. Like compared to Darrow, Severo's small, so it's like he's almost like he'd be like, oh, he looks smaller than yours.
No, yeah, I understand that, but that's the point. Is he's saying he's like an uglier Lauren, he's like a more irritable Lauren, and he's like a tinier Lauren. That's what that sentence reads.
And yeah, well, Lauren wasn't really described as like short, so I think that's kind of what he means.
I get that.
Severo is short compared to everyone else.
I guess that's
also there's a difference in perspective from Darrow now versus.
That's what
Darrow.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. It's just like because like there's
Severo is always framed as particularly.
He's like notably short.
Well, yeah, he's tiny for a goal, but he's gigantic compared to a red.
Yeah,
exactly. But Darrow he doesn't.
Yeah, but Darrow's had a bit of a growth spurt recently.
Yeah, but I'm saying, the point of comparison is not to Darrow. He's comparing Severo to Lauren. That's my point.
But he's remembering what Lauren was like to him while he was a red. He's not like thinking like, oh yeah.
All right, I guess that's fair. I don't know. I just think that's just like an odd sentence.
I don't think it's that weird.
No, it's not a big deal. I just kind of something that stood out to me. But anyway, he says a challenge, good man. He's like, a duel. You're that offended? And then he blows his nose into the glove and says, "Fine, I'll switch your family pride together after the passage, pricklick." He's like, "Why not now, coward?" And then Severo's like, "Are you stupid? Do you see razors about? Idiot. Go away. We'll duel after the passage." And then Julian's finally like, "Oh, what's the passage?" I do find it odd that, like, I guess the Belnodas take it pretty seriously because they easily could have told their kids what it was.
Well, I got the impression that Cassius knew what the passage was.
Well, Julian didn't.
Based off some of the because Cassius mentions how they knew Julius was marked for death when he got accepted.
Julian.
Yeah, but I mean,
Julian got.
It was never really intended for like I said the people who selected Julian. Yeah, they didn't want him.
But I wonder why. I guess the parents didn't like let him know.
It's possible they might have just expected it to happen, and maybe Cassius has supplied the information from a sponsor.
Well, yeah, because it might literally be a law that they are not supposed to.
Oh no, it is. It is a law they're not supposed to. But like the fact that they basically let Cassius know that like shit's about to hit the fan, but they didn't let Julian know.
It's very like it's obvious, you know, the administration essentially is cheap. Like they want certain people to come out on top. They rig the rigged. So the idea they would rig it because we want Cassius to be prominent and
Well, the thing is, they don't have to rig it for Cassius because there's basically no one that could beat Cassius in a fight outside of like a couple people. Like Darrow would beat him in a fist fight, and probably Sevro, and that's about it. I don't think anyone.
True, but they still will rig it for like another character later, so like who probably didn't need it.
Yeah. But my point is that like you're talking, there's two levels of rigging. There's the normal level of rigging to try and minimize the deaths of prominent kids, and then there's the scandalous level of rigging that happens in this book. Because a degree of rigging is normal, and they do it so that all the prominent kids don't fucking die.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of maybe part why Julian doesn't end up with that information, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you do find out that, like, even though they thought his odds were skeptical because Julian's just not that strong of a boy, it was rigged more than they would assumed against him because they literally pinted Darrow against him when he should have he should have gotten a slightly higher, like he should have got basically the bottom of the top, and instead he got the number one, or I guess the number two, because Priam's technically number one. But like he basically got like the person who would have been the 99th pick would have got Darrow, and instead like the 50th pick got Darrow, which is,
and Darrow's like the 10th seed, so
well, he's the 2 seed within Mars because there's 100 kids in Mars.
True.
Priam's one.
Well, he was the 10th pick originally, but I think
but they once they go to that, they only fight within the houses. So how it works is 1 fights 100, 2 fights 99, 3 fights 98, and so on. And Julian was like, I don't know, 60, so he should have fought 40, but he fought 2. Because, I mean, this is a minor spoiler, but I don't care. I'm just going to say it now. Priam was 1, Sevro was 100, and they got pinted that way. And Darrow should have fought whoever was pick 99, but someone rigged it so he fought Julian.
Yeah.
But yeah, they make it that the high drafts kill the low drafts, so that way like prominent seed isn't wasted, so to speak.
Essentially, yeah.
Because Priam's fate is a fluke. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, Sevro is literally the outlier because, well, let's be honest here. Sevro is a natural born fucking killer,
and he was made that way for a reason because there's just you don't even know. You don't even know, son.
He doesn't actually know the half of it.
No, he doesn't. I really like that expression, Falcon.
It's quite accurate, I would say.
Yeah, but yes, and then he says it's the last test, idiot, and the best kept secret this side of the rings around Octavia Lune's cooch. I love how he just keeps referring to people's cooches. He's like, then how do you know about it? He said, inside track, which is, he's letting on more than you would think here.
Inside track was the line I was thinking of when I mentioned Oline.
Yeah, that's a cool foreshadowing line.
It is nice.
Yeah, well, because it's so easy to forget about, but then once you encounter it again, it's like, wait a minute, because you know who his dad is.
It was fun to put 2 and 2 together on that.
Yeah. Because that's one I wasn't really looking out for, but like afterwards, I'm like, oh, how the fuck did I not see that? Like, it didn't surprise me at all. It's just like, oh shit, I wasn't thinking about that.
Well, you just assume there's actually just rumor mill or something, because like, there's no way that they can actually keep the tests a secret, right?
Well, I mean, I guess it's one of those things where it's like it's a little unbelievable that they do. Like, I guess, like, yeah, because 90% of Peerless Guard will probably keep it pretty, tight-lipped, but even 10%, blabbed about it. Well, not even the Peerless Guard, the fucking Shamed could talk about it and the secret gets out. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's one of the more unrealistic parts of Pierce's world building, that all these kids with all these connections, and they have the fucking internet, that's none of them go on, illegitimate websites and find out.
Well, especially once you get later on where Darrow is basically literally in Golden Sun, Darrow is treated as a celebrity, and known as the Reaper based off what he did in the Institute.
Well, they know that people kill each other in the Institute. The passage doesn't get released to the public. That only
that's genuinely according to Pierce and in the world
because. We do
because they don't want to know there's a bit where we cull half the class.
Yeah, they get
the information that Cassius and Priam had planned for The Institute. So they clearly knew.
Well, they knew what the Institute was. Everyone knows what that happens in the actual Institute. Like, you can just watch the recordings. The passage itself is the secret. Like, no one supposed to know that you have to kill each other in a hand-on-hand combat before you start. That is a secret. I don't know how that. I guess they just assume that, like, basically half the amount of people get in that actually do get in. That's the only way you can keep that a secret, because that'd be really weird. It's like, it's like there's all these. I knew like 5,000 golds got in, but only like 2,500 were actually in the event. That's weird, and it's the same number every year. That's weird. Like, that's. I mean, again, that's like kind of like you would have to like really like, because like it wouldn't be public information how many people got admitted. You would just have to kind of tally that. But yeah, but no, but like that tangent's not even a good one. My point is, I just think even though the passage is kept secret on purpose and is kept away from the Institute, I think there's just too many people go through it that like word just wouldn't get around, because people would talk at bars and stuff about their war stories.
Yeah, I don't know. Due to the way Gold Society works, I don't know if
it might be like a super like it might be a super harsh punishment to get caught talking about it. Yeah. So that's anyway.
But yes, I like this line from Darrow. It's like, his name is Sevro, and I like his angle. I just think it's just a funny line,
especially since he has a very angular face too, which is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, it is, and just it's just a funny line where it's like, man, this is.
I like the cut of his jib.
Yeah, it's like just with the context of like the whole original trilogy, it's just funny. It's just like, yeah, that's Darrow's original opinion on Sevro, and then they go through so much. But anyways,
but yeah, then they pass by nightclubs and they kind of like make fun of the Pixies, and they're all in La La Land.
Standard stuff.
Yeah, while they're going to an institute where he said it's Roman to its core, which I like that line.
That's cool.
But yeah, then
and yeah, we're finally going to get the thing that's at the very beginning of this book for some reason.
Yeah, then the arch-governor gives his speech, and the speech itself works. Like, you could have kept the speech as the prelude and kept the interest, but like the line,
cut like a couple lines out of the prelude.
Yeah, literally just the one line. Honestly, like there's a couple other lines that are like, it's giving a little bit away, but the one line, if you just cut that where he says, "I am no gold, I am a red," if you literally just cut that line, I think it works in the prelude.
Yeah, I don't even think the "but I am a red" is even in this version of his speech.
Well, no, because that's Darrow thinking it while. But you're right, it's not in this chapter. It's just literally only in the prelude, which is so weird.
Because instead, there's more actual explicit references of like, I thought I was a pioneer, and that I was suffering for a noble cause, but it's all a lie. I did like all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big a deal. I just found it weird that he basically spoiled the entire. I
think I agree that it would be better if that wasn't there.
Like he basically, I think it's like chapter like 10 is by the time we get to a point where there's no more spoilers from like the first like page. It's like kind of weird that he did that, but
true. Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, but yeah, then he gets into the speech and he goes, "Welcome, children of All Right. I assume you understand the gravity of your presence here, of the 1,000 cities of Mars, of all the great families. You are the chosen few. You are the peak of the human pyramid. Today you will begin your campaign to join the best caste of our race. Your fellows stand like you in the Institute of Venus, of the eastern and western hemispheres of Earth, of Luna, of the gas giants' moons, of Europa, of the Astradian Creek cluster and the Astradian Trojan cluster, of Mercury, of Callisto, of the joint ventures of Citales and Ceres, and of the far Pyramids of
This looks like enchilada.
It does. And then he goes more and more on about spiel, and Darrow's just like fucking like his blood's boiling, but it's gonna get worse. And he notices the fifth and sixth fleets. And I like how he notices that the one fleet's bigger than the others, because like they're both trying to Chad post right now, but like the Bellanovas are Chad posting a bit harder,
like a dick measuring contest.
It literally is, and they're like, haha, we have the bigger one. Because it's basically like, even though Nero is in a position of more, he's higher up in the company, but the other guy's got more sway. So it's like that's essentially the analogy there. He's like, those things could destroy a moon. That's no moon. But and And then he's like, society
Rock and roll, man.
has 3 stages: savagery, ascendance, and decadence. The great rise because of savagery. They rule in ascendance. They fall because of their own decadence. And he talks about how the Persians fell, and he rattles on about Muslim dynasties and European effeminacy
Romans, obviously.
and Chinese regionalism and American self-loathing and self-neutering. Base Pierce. All the ancient names. Oh, hearing America referred to as ancient is funny.
It is funny.
Our savagery began when our capital Luna rebelled against the tyranny of Earth and freed herself from the shackles of democracy. The noble lie. The idea that men are brothers and are created equal. I love how much he just fucking hates democracy.
Fuck you, Thomas Jefferson.
He's like, men are not created equal. We all know this. There are averages. There are outliers. There are the ugly, like Rangi, and there are the beautiful, like me.
Oh my gosh.
This would not be if we were all equal. A red can no more command a starship than a green can serve as a doctor. But yeah, obviously he doesn't believe any of the bullshit. You get more into the Chad Nero mind in the second book. But yeah, and then he goes on and on. He's like, it is against the noble life that we fight. As I said before, as I say to you now, there's another evil against which we'll war. And he goes and talk about decadence again, and talk about we need to go from savagery to ascendance. And since we're in ascendance, we have to keep it. We can't fall into decadence like the pixies. And he's like, you're the best of humanity, but you've been coddled, treated like children, born to a different color. You would have calluses. It's a very long speech. It's like, I'm trying to quote it all, but it's like literally his speech is like half the fucking chapter. Basically, he's like, you guys are all, you know nothing, Jon Snow, and you're about to find out.
Look, like, all these societies have come about, they've all failed because they failed to continuously exert power. They faltered in some way.
Yeah.
A lot of it comes down to the decadence is the result of stagnation, and stagnation is like the ultimate killer of a grand society. Yeah,
and in ways, there's a lot of decadence among the golds. So, and yeah, even the book mentions it. He speaks of the pixies. Yeah.
Yep.
But what Nero would never admit is that there might be a little more decadence than just the pixies. So,
Yeah.
Well, there might even be other problems than just the pixies and just the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what Falcon was saying.
Yeah.
Because you said there might be other decadence and I'm saying there might be other problems other than decadence with the golds.
That's what Falcon's saying.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right. Repeat it one more time.
No. We need to finish this.
Yeah, we're on the last page, and then he
Okay, no, that's fair. I just misunderstood something.
No worries. Okay.
Then he goes, the scar of the pure. We are not the masters of the solar system because we are born. We are the masters because we, the peerless scar, the iron golds, made it that way. And then he does next.
Yeah,
really
to talk on the scars. I wish kind of Dake were here for this, but like, I kind of got the impression they're inspired by like the German like dueling scars that were kind of popular in the like late 19th and early 20th century.
I could believe it.
Basically, just if it was like in like the German Empire, it's like, you would duel somebody and like to show you were a prolific duelist, you might either purposely get hit to get a scar, or you would give yourself a scar on purpose and have it like heal badly. And that's kind of where the stereotype of Germans in like in movies having scars and all that.
But yeah,
so I wonder if it's like inspired by that, where it's like.
I mean, he's a huge history nerd, so I wouldn't be surprised if Pierce did that on purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to pull up the Chad Nero image with the grapes again.
I think there's a lot you can kind of just derive from it anyway.
Rangi, do you know what the grapes mean yet, by the way?
I actually just got to the point where the grapes are mentioned.
Oh, so you're about to find out.
I just
you're probably not going to
just got the story about the grapes.
Oh, you do know.
So do you know the different? Like, so you do know the difference? Okay, but do you actually know what they mean?
Well, I got the story about Nero and the grapes. That's what I can say.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay,
we can
we'll table it there. I don't want to accidentally
Yeah.
spoil it.
And I'm being very careful with my words.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he's not talking about the ending because
No.
but
No.
and he would know if he finished the book.
Yeah.
I didn't
anyways.
finish the book. No,
Okay.
I meant to. I just
So
didn't go around it.
he's at part 1 of 2 then.
Oh yeah. Also, I like when it's like Yura touches his scar, and then Darrow says, I'd give him another if I were closer.
Yeah, that's a fun moment. But Darrow's about to really be in for a bad time because he goes, right now the colors of mine this planet are harder than you. They are born with calluses, born with scars and hatred. They are tough as nanosteel. Fortunately, they're also very stupid. For instance, this persona you have no doubt heard of. It's nothing more than a dim girl who thought singing a song was worth a hanging. I don't know. I just picture him sounding like Robert Baratheon when he says that.
I imagine him with a more like.
Oh, he probably sounds like Tywin, but it's just the way that one line
voice,
that that a dim girl who thought singing a song was worth a
I
hanging.
also just imagine Darrow with like the soy jack with the tears.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the Chad Nero posting and then Soy Jack Darrow. But I always imagine Nero talked like Tywin. I just like that one line just gives me Robert vibes because it sounds like him talking about Danny.
When he's fucking complaining about the targs.
Yeah. Oh, Ned, those targs they boil my blood, Ned. I kill every last one, and I kill them again and again in my dreams. I kill 1,000 times more.
But Darrow is so angry about how he describes Ao. He bites
he bites a hole in his cheek and blood starts gushing out. That's really painful. Like I bite my cheek.
I've bit my cheek hard before. Yeah, it sucks.
And he did it on purpose, so that's got to really hurt.
You get a canker sore there for a while when you do that.
He literally bit on purpose to distract himself, and like even then.
True. Yeah.
But yeah, she's like, the girl did not even know. Sorry, I'm still my Robert Baratheon voice. The girl did not even know the video would be leaked. Yet it is her willingness to suffer hardship that gave her power. Martyrs, you see, are like bees. Their only power comes in death. How many of you would sacrifice yourself not to kill, but merely hurt your enemy? Not one of you, I wager. And then he tastes the blood in his mouth, and he has the knife ring that Dancer gives him, and he calms himself. He's like, well, first of all, he wouldn't stand a chance of getting to Nero, but he's like, I didn't come here to throw my life away.
He got fucking shot with something from.
Yeah, he would get bombarded from an orbital missile from space. But yeah, but he's like, even though he knows he shouldn't do anything and realistically can't do anything, he's doing nothing while her murderer gloats. Feels like betrayal. Bad, yeah. He's like, in time you will receive your scars from my sword. So yeah, I do think it is a reference to the German thing you were talking about. He's like, but first you must earn them. And that is where we'll end for today.
Yeah, there we go. We got halfway through our.
We at least got to a natural endpoint, which is.
I think that is a good ending.
That is a very natural endpoint.
Actual institute stuff starts. So
this was like the what's it called when you're like bridging the gap? It's like the bridging the gap of the bridging the gap section.
True, yeah.
Because like this part has like 2 parts to it, and this part in general is like the bridging the gap between the 2 parts of the story, and like it's just like it's like a bridge within a bridge. These couple chapters. But yeah, no, I like these 2 chapters. You meet a lot of fun characters. You're gonna get really important really quickly. Some will stay a little longer than others, but they're all going to be important.
The interesting thing is, some of the ones that become important aren't the ones you think will.
Yes,
true.
Like in a I guess it was mentioned.
I do like
because we were going to originally review it, but there's going to be some characters that are mentioned and just kind of like in a joking manner in the next chapter very quickly, and you probably wouldn't think much of them in the moment. It's just like a character being kind of a dick, but like those characters and those nicknames are going to have a lot more importance than you could ever fathom, especially in the sequel series.
Well, one thing I actually like is the emphasis on nicknames with the narration, because I think that's how people actually are. Like, like even if I learned Iron's like real name and we met in real life and everything, I'd always think of him as Iron because that's what I know him as.
Yeah, because I know Rangi's
Well,
real name, and it feels weird calling him it.
Yeah, there are some people I know I met online first, and I do know their real names. I'm just like, well, it would just be weird to actually meet him in person and like have to call him by his actual name.
I have a friend I know the real name of that I met with the opposite gender name, and it still feels weird to this day
Are you
to
talking
call
about Party?
them by their real name.
No.
Yeah, because she
Oh,
So
I just thought Party had
knew
a
her as
feminine
a
name.
male name. I knew this girl as a male name, and I'm still friends with her. But like,
I have an aunt who goes by Mike. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's literally a case of like I when I met her, she was known as a specific like male name, and
But yeah, some people just get a nickname that, like I said, like I have family who has something similar, and yeah, just
no, there's a little bit more backstory to that, but I don't want to say it on stream.
Okay, I see what you mean. But yeah, but yeah, that's those couple chapters, and yeah, I do think they're kind of neat with stuff. There's some like little first book issues here and there, I'd say, but overall, I do like how Pierce develops his major characters the way they do, the way he does. I think my internet went out again.
Unfortunate.
I guess not. Maybe Irons, like Iron.
Ignore the random piano you hear in the background.
Yeah, no, that was annoying me all stream, but whatever.
I only heard it a couple times, but every time I heard, I'm like, "What is going on?"
It's a music box.
I could tell. It sounded like one of those. It sounded exactly what I thought it was because it has a very unique sound to it.
Yeah, it's so somebody gave it to me as a gift, and I've been kind of using it as a bit of a fidget toy.
So you can control it, asshole.
Yeah, no, I can control it. I can control when I wind it up, but I can't control
don't wind it up during the stream.
No, because I need to fidget with.
Oh, I hate you. Why do I do all these streams with you? You do this shit all the time. I just think Rangi just sees how much he can get away with the fuck with me. I think that's what he does on these streams.
Has that been coming through outside of when I've been talking?
Yes, I've heard it for most of the stream.
I haven't. I don't know why I've heard less.
Oh, okay. So no, because the other day Dake told me he only came through when I was talking.
No, I could.
Okay, now I really heard the music box right there.
But,
it plays the Kingdom Hearts theme.
That's interesting. But I guess
an ex gave it to me. So
did you guys both say your closing thoughts? Sorry, I tuned out for a bit. I was checking something.
I was kind of doing my closing thoughts, but I guess I'll just try to wrap up. Yeah, like I said, overall, I do like how we kind of get more of the world and characters here as just kind of in standard so far. But this time we actually get to see more of the major characters, and I like just I really like the kind of the almost like coincidental way they're kind of established. Like it just feels very natural how it play out that way. Like oh, that's kind of how you meet your friends in real life. You just some random conversation maybe, or
yeah, I mean, it's literally just bonding over like lunch is like one of the easiest way to make friends.
True. Yeah, and that's at least in the case of Darrow. And
like one of my best friends from college, literally how I became friends with him, it was like the last day before like classes starts, and I was just like touring the campus, or just like kind of wandering around the campus with like my one friend from high school who went to the same college as me, and then we like sat down, and then like we noticed like this kid eating lunch by himself, like a table over, so like, let's go talk to him, and then we just sat down next to him, shoot the shit, and then that kid became one of my best friends. We're just like literally just sharing a meal and just shooting the shit with someone's like how you can form like a lasting friendship, and that's kind of what Darrow unintentionally does here, because he's not trying to make friends right now.
Oh, the funny thing is, what he doesn't do it with the character you expect he does it with, either.
Well, well, eventually he just goes around trying to befriend as many people as possible, but not in like a genuine way, just trying to make alliances. But eventually,
Yeah.
those alliances become genuine friendships.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's no, but what's funny is just So like the way this is set up, you would assume like Julian is gonna be his ride or die, but
Yeah,
it's
you do.
actually
Yeah, it's a good bit of
it's act-
subversion there,
Yeah.
it's
which is
actually Sevro.
Yeah, because out
exactly.
of all the characters he meets, Julian's the one that like he kind of like is the most sympathetic for. Like he finds Severo amusing, but like I wouldn't say he like
Yeah, he
values
has
him
the
much
most
beyond that.
normal relationship with Julian, at least at first.
Yeah, because like he thinks Cassius and Priam like seem like rather chill for golds. Like he's surprised at how normal they
but
came
he's kind of
across.
mired in the mind games with them a little bit.
Well,
At
but
least
like,
with Cassius.
but even well, he because he noticed that like when they like I mean, this again, we'll get into this more later. But when he apologizes, like both Priam and Cassius like accept his apology gracefully, and like they were both smart enough to realize it was an apology. And he's like, huh. I thought they would be dumber than this, or like
Well,
too proud
like,
to
oh, okay,
acknowledge it.
Yeah, but you get the I got the impression at least they're like, okay, well, he's backing down, so.
Well, yeah, but Darrow would that surprised Darrow that they did that. He thought they'd be too like proud and thick headed, but like he's like they're a lot smarter and more.
Sorry to kind of
give him credit for
all out of the blue, but I'm gonna go now.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
I'll just do a closing thought right after you leave, so you're not missing anything. See you, Falcon.
But
yeah.
I think I've said a lot of what I have to say about these couple chapters. This is a really good insight into Gold Society. It's kind of your earliest insight into Gold Society is like seeing the setup, especially the type of golds that would pursue becoming iron golds.
Yeah, but yeah, I think these are two good chapters. It's mostly just setting up the setup, which is funny because we're setting up the setup of a book that is all set up. So we're just like layers of setup right now, but because like we're in the setup section of the setup part of the setup book. So I just like how many like the Russian nesting dolls essentially. But but yeah,
and always layers.
Yes, but no, I really like this book series. Like I said, my biggest problem with all of it is that you don't get more of it. Like I said, it's great on a first read, but there's so much foreshadowing and references. But the thing is, like outside of the main core cast of characters, I just do think everyone else is a bit thin. Not that it's bad character writing, it's just thin character writing. Like most of the side characters have a trait or two, and they just don't feel like fully fleshed characters when they absolutely could be, because like Pierce has way more than enough time to make the side characters breathe, and he starts to do it in the sequel books. So it's like it's not that he can't do it well. He does do it well in books 4 and to a better extent 5. It's just he gets like each book gets longer than the last, and I think he realizes that like, oh, I can keep the fast pacing and like develop more characters without losing on the main beats of the story. Because like I said, Pierce never meanders. Like there's some good writers that like when they don't have like an editor like up their ass, they meander a lot, and even if the writing itself is good, is like they kind of lose the plot because they're just going on side quest after side quest, and like you're not reading a video game. Like you want to get back to the main plot at some point. Whereas Pierce has, like I said, has the opposite problem, where I think he's too worried about getting sidetracked. Like he doesn't like smell the flowers enough, so to speak, because he has a lot of good shit. I just want more of it. But that's my whole spiel about Pierce's writing. But yeah, I really enjoy it. Like I said, I always just wish I'd get a little bit more of each book, and to thankfully my wish was granted because each book gets more. So it just, even though the first book I think is the most fun, I think each book for the most part gets better than the last because Pierce just gets better as a writer as he goes on, which you would expect. But yeah, I like these two chapters, and I like this book, and I like this book series. But that's all I got to say about that. Rang, you want to plug yourself?
Yeah. I'm Rangi Nui. I do mostly gaming streams these days. Occasionally an anime review or two. I probably do want to like start doing more of those, but right now I don't have any plans to do so. But yeah, mostly gaming streams. Right now I'm playing through the Final Fantasy series, but I'm taking a brief break from that to do Kingdom Hearts, and outside of that, oftentimes it's Civ.
And eventually, we'll get back to Baldur's Gate 3. And
We
eventually,
will.
we'll get back to Death Note. And eventually,
we'll do Crusader King.
Crusader Kings 3. And eventually,
Well-
we'll finish that Suicide Squad video for you.
That's true. I need to do the Suicide Squad thing.
And eventually, we'll get back to Death Battles. And eventually, we'll get back to Monkey Business. And eventually, we'll get back to the other Baldur's Gate 3 campaign.
Yeah, I have a lot of collabs with Fire, and he shows up on my channel a lot. I show up on his channel a lot, obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, so if you like this type of content, then get your head checked. But also subscribe to my channel.
Yeah, subscribe to Rangi, and I'm sure you'll see me there on his channel within a couple weeks, or him on mine. Like, I'm sure this will be not a long time. Like, a lot of our projects will take long breaks between them, but like between all our many projects, we're always doing stuff together. We just juggle everything, and so like it's always like, oh shit, we haven't done this in a while, let's do that. That's basically what this stream was. We haven't done this in like a month, and next thing you know, it's gonna be something else we haven't done in a month.
Speaking of, we should probably plan the next BG3 stream.
We probably should, but yes, we'll call it there. Subscribe to Rangi, subscribe to Dake, subscribe to me. I'll eventually, when I remember to, send the collab links to both Rangi and Dake. Because you have to wait for it to finish downloading before I can do it, and then by that point I always forget. But eventually I get it over to them. So when it does appear, subscribe. But yes, that's all I got. Goodbye, everybody.